Brother brother man. Brother man, brother man, oh the man, oh the man. Don't you dare give me no gifts, 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 don't you dare give me no gifts. Brother man, brother man, brother man, brother man. Don't you dare, brother man, 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 brother man. Don't you dare give me no gifts, don't you dare give me no gifts, don't you dare give me no gifts. Brother man, brother man, brother man, brother man. Don't you dare give me no gifts, don't you dare give me no gifts, don't you dare give me no gifts. Brother man, brother man. Don't you dare give me no gifts, don't you dare give me no gifts, don't you dare give me no gifts. Don't you dare give me no gifts, don't you dare give me no gifts, don't you dare give me no gifts. Yeah, brother man, 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 brother man. Don't you dare give me no gifts, don't you dare give me no gifts. Brother man, 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 brother man. Don't you dare give me no gifts. Brother man, brother man, brother man, brother man. Don't you dare give me no gifts, don't you dare give me no gifts, don't you dare give me no gifts. Brother man, brother man, brother man. Brother man, brother man, who the man? Brother man, who the man? Brother man, who the man? Don't you dare give me no gifts, brother man. Brother man, brother man, brother man, brother man, brother man, brother man. Don't you dare, brother man, brother man. Don't you dare, brother man, brother man, brother man, brother man. Don't you dare give me no gifts. Brother man, brother man, who the man, who the man, brother man, brother man. Don't you dare give me no gift. That is gonna be smashed to bits. Been doing radio since I was 18. I said 18 years old. Ow, ow, whoa. Brother man, brother man, who the man, who the man, brother man, brother man, brother man, brother man, who the man, who the man, brother man, brother man. Don't you dare give me no gifts. That just gonna be smashed to bits. Been doing radio since I was 18. I said 18 years old. Ow, ow, oh. Brother man, brother man, who the man, who the man, brother man, brother man, who the man. judge a fish by looking in the pond. You can't judge right by looking at the wrong. You can't judge one by looking at the other. You can't judge a book by looking at the cover. Oh, can't you see? Oh, you misjudge me. I look like a farmer, but I'm a lover. You can't judge a book by looking at the cover. By looking at the cane, you can't judge a woman by looking at a man. You can't judge a daughter by looking at a mother. You can't judge a book by looking at the cover. Oh, can't you see? Oh, you misjudged me. I look like a farmer, but I'm a lover. You can't judge a book by looking at the cover. Looking at the cover. You can't judge an apple by looking at the tree. You can't judge honey by looking at the bee. You can't judge a sister by looking at the brother. You can't judge a book by looking at the cover. Oh, can't you see? Oh, you misjudge me. I look like a farmer, but I'm a lover. You can't judge a book by looking at the cover. By looking in the pond, you can't judge right by looking at the wrong. You can't judge one by looking at the other. You can't judge a book by looking at the cover. Oh, can't you see? Oh, you misjudge me. I look like a farmer, but I'm a lover. You can't judge a book by looking at the cover.
What is going on, everyone? I'm back, and it's time for a normal week here on DSP Gaming. That is right, 6 straight days full of delicious gameplay madness and streams here on the channel. For my return podcast, we have a lot to talk about. Because, ladies and gentlemen, right before I left for a couple of days, it was the premiere and release of Marvel ToeCon. Well, Marvel ToeCon has now been out for a few days. And while I've been gone, the FGC has been up in arms in massive controversy regarding this game. Why? Because the PC version apparently runs like crap. Which is exactly what I was afraid of, because when I played the open beta a couple weeks ago, it ran like crap every time I tried to play the game online, and I couldn't find matches. So, in light of the controversy, the FGC is abandoning the PC version and moving over to PlayStation 5. But this opens up a big Pandora's box of problems. We're going to talk about all of that, and we're going to talk about my thought process and how I'm approaching the game moving forward right here on the show. Of course, I'll get you all caught up on my couple of days off. We'll talk about the fun week ahead where we're going to attempt to push forward and maybe even wrap up a couple of the ongoing playthroughs, the chill vibes, and more. It's going to be a good one. So everyone, I hope you've had a great couple days away. It's time to get caught up. Sit back and relax. It's time for a week beginning episode of the Level 1 Podcast. Alrighty, everybody. Good morning and welcome to the show. I should say welcome back because I haven't been here for a couple of days. Hope that everyone had a good few days away there. And now that we're back, hitting the ground running with exciting stuff. 6 straight days of streams and content here on the channel. And I'm pumped. I'm energized. Like I've said, the good news is that a lot of the problems that we had here in Washington State last week have been cleared up. Number one, it's not nearly as hot. Last week it was 90+ degrees many days, making it incredibly swelteringly hot, needing air conditioning blasting. It has cooled down. It's in the 70s now. Number two, those Spokane wildfires that we had that were causing insane amounts of... The music is too loud. That were causing insane amounts of terrible, air quality. We were actually warned, don't go outside. The air is so bad. That's cleared up. So, we're kind of back to normal here. Although it is still warm, it is still summer. We still got at least another month to month and a half to get through before the cooler temperatures and the fall gaming season hits. We're moving full speed ahead with fun, positive content. I'm excited for this week. We're going to be continuing on with all the fun playthroughs we've been doing. For example, Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resync is today, tonight. Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, tomorrow. More Dark Souls 2 as we head into the end game. We're going to do more awesome Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster. And then we're going to talk about the future regarding Marvel Tokon and or other content. In truth, we have some options. And what I'd like to do is discuss said options to see what you guys like more as an idea and go from there. All right? Okay. First off, before we even get to any of it, all right, what I want to say is this. DSP tries it. Maybe on hold for this week because I haven't really found any good ideas of anything to do. And no one, quite frankly, has come to me with any good ideas either. Like, no one has said, hey, here's a great new item to try or anything like that. It doesn't seem like fast food is doing very well. And as you know, DSP Tries It for me is mostly covering fast food items and reviewing them. Although every once in a while, I'll go to a different kind of restaurant in my area. I've covered most of the restaurants in my area that I could really order from effectively. As I've explained to you guys, in the last several years, sadly, this Seattle area has become incredibly limited with its dining options. Most restaurants that weren't Asian-centric closed, and what we're seeing is an influx of exactly the same kind of restaurant. More Korean, more Vietnamese, more Japanese fusion. It's all the same. If every single restaurant is the same kind, what's the point of doing reviews when it's all the same food? Hence the problem. There's really nothing going on right now for me to review. Now, if anyone comes up with an idea in the next 24 hours and it sounds good, let me know. Hit me up in the chat. Say, hey, did you know that so-and-so is doing this new item and you might want to check? I'm open to suggestion. But I've been looking at it myself and have not really sufficiently found anything to do this week. Therefore, unless that changes, we're probably not going to be doing anything for DSP Tries It this week. Maybe by next week we'll find something. But the truth is, it's not a big deal. Why not? Because DSP Tries It isn't any kind of a reward or anything anymore, right? This is just me doing it for fun. And I do like doing it because it is interesting variety for the channel. But to be frank, there's not a reason to do it. I'm not going to do it. And right now, I just don't see a reason to do it. I think maybe give it a skip until there is.
Give it a skip. I got a point. Like, every time he keeps bringing up, it's like, Seattle's just becoming more and more Asian. Dude, Asia is your neighbor. You dipshit. It's just more and more Asian shit. You moved to the Pacific Northwest. Fucking Asian city, bro.
Is something more interesting that's worth doing instead of just dropping the money on us expensive fast food every week and it's not very good. Okay, so I'm totally open to suggestion. If you guys want to give me a suggestion today, tag me in either chat. Okay, if you know of anything new, any chains or anything around me, I'm all ears. But I think that we're going to forego DSP Tries It this week unless I get a really good suggestion on this show, basically. Okay?
Okay.
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 Now,
Okay.
let's get right into it. Let's talk about Marvel Tokon and the sad fact that this game did not live up to expectations at launch. The FGC is now completely changing its attitude towards one version of the game and what this means for the future of my content here with the game, okay? So first off, for those who don't know, let's just get right into, a full explanation. Marvel Tokon is the brand new fighting game from ArcSys. This is the same company that makes games like Guilty Gear, Blaze Blue, and Dragon Ball Fighters, okay? It has all of the Marvel properties. The Avengers, the X-Men, Spider-Man, etc. And it is a original concept universe, meaning it's set in like this almost pseudo-Japan style anime-esque version of the Marvel universe with its own lore and interesting stuff. So it's cool because it's got references to the MCU, it's got references to the cartoons, but it's also its own thing. I'll just say this from initially playing the beta and one day of the full release, the production values are off the charts for a fighting game. Probably one of the best looking, most original concept worlds, one of the best stories I've ever seen in a fighting game. Most fighting games don't bother with good stories, or like as of late, the companies that used to do good fighting game stories like NetherRealm have actually fallen off. Well, this seems to me to be one of the best fighting game stories ever. A mysterious challenger, gladiator-style champion guy comes from space and challenges the planet to fight him in teams of 4 versus 1. And if you win, well, you get a reward. If you lose, well, I'm going to crush your planet and make them slaves. Okay? And there's multi-tiered storylines where different groups are trying to get their ragtag bands together to form a team to take on this champion and save the world. Some are doing it for good purposes, some are doing it for completely selfish, evil purposes, and some were somewhere in between, even being forced to do it against their will. So there's 5 story campaigns. Each varies in length. Like the Dr. Doom villain campaign is about an hour, 15 minutes, but the Ghost Rider Samurai Outriders campaign, that one was about 2 hours, okay? Now, pretty cool in that regard. Like I said, I actually feel 100% like in this situation,
I feel 100%
that
suck.
they did a great job, and they're actually best in class when it comes to, we put a lot of effort into the visual design, the character design, the storylines, and the offline content. ArcSys hit it out of the park, 100%, okay?
Did they, though?
The problem is, well, for me, there's 2 problems. The first problem is the fighting game engine itself is not a traditional fighting game engine at all. They based it on team-based combat with a lot of tagging and assists and a lot of flashy combos and a lot of high-hit scenarios.
Okay.
It's not a straightforward 1v1 fighting game in any means, and that's my staple stuff that I grew up playing. Even though, yeah, did I play the Versus series? Of course I did. It was humongous in arcades. It was one of my favorite series of all time. But this game pushes it to the extreme in the realm of easy mode gameplay. Auto combos that literally a baby could execute by just mashing a button like this. Whether you're playing offline or online, anyone can do a ginormous multi-hit combo ending in a huge super that does wild damage. So why did they do that? Well, it's pretty obvious. This is what fighting games are doing. They're pushing in the direction of the ultra-casual. They don't care about competitive gameplay anymore. All they want to do is cater to an audience that will sink money into their game for maximum sales, regardless of the fact that the game plays competitively well. They just want it to look flashy so people will spend money. That's not good. That's taking away the competitive nature of a game for the sake of sales. But every franchise has already undergone this. All those sports games that you love pretty much are watered down now. What about Call of Duty? Holy moly, is Call of Duty changed and watered down now from what it used to be? It seems like every single game and or genre of game that seems to be competitive eventually sells out and becomes this more easy mode mainstream stuff. And the problem with that is that if you want to play it at any kind of an entertaining level, you either have to give in to the bullshit and mash buttons, or you have to basically
shut up,
play a ton.
Yeah.
Because you can overcome the...
And you never play. You're like, how am I supposed to know all that? Yeah, you say you don't play offline. You only play on stream. So you play the game like twice and you're complaining.
Easy mode nonsense.
My God.
If you play a ton to learn the ways around abusive stuff. Because
Abusive
especially with modern
stuff.
fighting games, most of the meta, most of the high-end
The
abusable
meta.
stuff is learned within the first
meta.
couple of days and shared on the internet. The first person who I played online in Marvel Tokon, the very first experience match I had on Thursday, was someone who had Blade, the vampire hunter. He hit me with an aerial jab. Okay? Just a random jab in the air. He landed and proceeded to do a 50% damage, 100+ hit combo, which was unavoidable because he hit me with an aerial jab. This was launch day, the day when it's the first time anyone should be playing the game, and the guy already knew a way to hit you with
Dude, you played the beta. It's not the first day.
an air jab into a 50% loss of health.
My
That is
God.
horrible. That is horrendous. That is
Okay.
a heinous day one gameplay
Then give it
experience.
time.
No one
Yeah,
should be
game
playing
pegged.
at that
He
level
got game
in any
pegged.
competitive game on the first day of its release, period. But that's what the FGC has
I'm so
done
glad
with
I'm
fighting
changing
games.
and
They
doing
have
work on my
literally
guitar
turned them
while I
into
listen to
this
this idiot.
easy to execute, yet once you master it, try hard-esque sweats experience that's just not fun to play unless you want to be part of that community. Well, if you really want to spend all
I thought it was, dude. Oh my God, he's fucking nuts, dude. He's lost his goddamn mind.
of your time and effort playing fighting games,
This is like when Kevin Brennan is fucking just like, but how are you gonna pay the 19,000 for the psych ward? Like, that's a lot of super chats. Like, how do you figure 19,000? Like, that's not the point, Kevin. The money isn't the point.
maybe you'll enjoy Marvel Tokon day one. For me, it's like, dude, first match, let's see what we can do. What the hell's going on? How is this guy doing this? It's just out. How does he even know how to do this? This is ludicrous. Okay? Now, what's the real controversy around Marvel Tokon right now, and why is the game falling apart? So, as you know, 2 weeks ago, well, a little over 2 weeks ago now, I played the open beta. And when I played it, I was trying to matchmake and find matches, and it wasn't finding any. Like, it wouldn't find casual or ranked. I'm like, what's going on? Why is the matchmaking not working? Then, when I finally found people, the game was laggy, right? It was rollback city, dropping frames, skipping around, stuttering. It's unplayable, okay? Then, the only way I could even find a match was to go into a lobby, which is just an open lobby situation, and the only people I could find were like one-bar connections. So basically, on PC, which is what I play on, that's my format, okay? That's my platform. This game was essentially unplayable and unfun during the open beta. So I said outright, I don't know if I'm going to get it because, man, the game looks great. But it should play way better than that for a game you're going to pay full retail price for. That's a joke that it would be in that sad state during the open beta. Now, the weird...
Now, the thing is, he made a post, like, it was, like, I don't know, 10 hours ago. So I saw it this morning. He made a post last night. About how he can't get a refund because he played it more than 2 hours, and he's not going to pay again for the PlayStation 5 version. He'll buy it. He'll get it. He'll get the PlayStation version. You watch. He'll do it.
part was people who played it on PlayStation
He can't help
5
himself.
didn't report any of those issues. They basically said the game played well and liked it. So why the vast difference in performance between
Nice.
PlayStation and PC? Nobody knows. And this is
Update, guitar strings are changed. I have adjusted the truss rod. I was having issues last night. For some reason, it was just, I don't know, the temperature changes or whatever. It was all out of whack. The third frets, it was just clank, clank, clank. I had to loosen that truss rod up. So that's good. Can't really hear it right now, but I'll get my software plugged in.
been a big problem in the last 2 weeks. People have been figuring out why is this PC version such a problem. So back on Thursday, the game released. All right. And I started playing the offline modes, correct? The story mode, which is actually called episodes. We started with the Doctor Doom team. I had a blast. I absolutely loved playing it. It had
My
a
ear is
great story.
impeccable.
Yeah, there was very little gameplay in the story. Mostly it was fighting against the final boss's 4 different forms. Yes, the final boss actually has, well, I take it back, 3 different forms. The final boss has 3 forms that are all completely different. And we all had a great time with it. Like, honestly, the story of the Knights of Doom was
We
great.
did.
And when we finished it, I was like,
We
wow, okay,
did.
let's now go online.
We had a good time.
And let's see how we can play this game online with this
Did
team I just was
we?
messing with in the story mode.
We had a
First
good
match was
time.
that Blade player who literally was a sweats
Oh.
tryhard who had already learned the entire game before it had released and basically was
Fuck, did
completely
something
dominating.
sting
Said,
me?
what is this? This isn't fun.
The hell was
There's
that?
absolutely no opportunity for me to learn anything about the game when this guy already knows the entire meta and has mastered it before we even released. How did he do that, and how is that even fair?
You could have done that playing the beta, but you rage quit the beta. You could have done that, Phil. You could have done that.
The second guy I played, well, actually wasn't nearly as good, but this guy basically kind of already exposed the game for what it's going to be, a bunch of button mashing, because again, the game is all auto combos. So it's dash forward and mash a button. While when that hit string ends, because eventually you're not going to get endless hits, it's going to run out, you call out an assist, the assist comes out and defends you against punishment, and then you just mash buttons again. Every once in a while, either go for a throw or the universal overhead, which everyone has. It burns meter, but it's a universal unblockable overhead, right? And that's the game. Like, that's literally it. Now, I'm sure there's more to it. I'm sure certain characters are good at zoning, right? They keep you away with projectiles and stuff like that. But for the first person I played, that was their gameplay, and I was like, it's kind of boring. Like, that doesn't feel very good to me. That feels pretty boring if that's what the whole game's going to be, and that seems like that's it, right? So that was my first stream experience. Loved the episodic story, and then first online match was laggy, and the guy already was a tryhard, ruined the experience of the first match ever. And the second match, the guy didn't really know much about it, but was doing the button masher combos, and when I saw it, I was like, okay, so this isn't very good. Second stream that I did of the game, I just did the entire story mode of the Samurai Outsiders, or Outriders, who is the team with Ghost Rider and Deadpool, Loki, and Blade. And their story was way more interesting than the Doom story, and it had character development, and it was well written. It felt like you were reading a really awesome comic book arc. It was good. I actually really liked it. The thing was, it took over 2 hours, so we didn't have time to play the game online again, all right? And I said to everyone, well, I'm going away for a couple days. Let's reconvene. When I come back next week, let's see where the game is at and go from there. So here's where the game is at, because I don't think you guys are going to be very happy about this, all right? First off, I just want to let you know, I got a whole bunch of information about the game, okay? And a couple people were writing me about the game to keep me informed about it while I was off, about what was going on at the FGC. So just listen to this. I'm going to read this word for word. This is an actual message that a fan sent me. It says, let's start with some bad news, Phil. I've been seeing a lot of opinion surface about Tokon since its release, and I'm going to sum up the sentiment I've seen in a number of places that make sense to me. The sentiment is that Tokon is a great game for only 2 kinds of people. Number 1, ultra casuals. Tokon's great for people who just want to enjoy a game with great aesthetics. They play by mashing buttons, and cool stuff will happen on the screen. Which is exactly what I said. That's number 1. Number 2, dedicated tryhards. Tokon has a ton of mechanical depth that shines by far the brightest when the player puts in a tremendous number of hours into this game. A bunch of pros are saying the game has the potential to last and evolve for a long time, especially if Arc Systems works further to refine the core mechanics, as they typically do with their games. The problem is, a lot of its mechanics are very complicated. They are not intuitive. A lot of characters have a gazillion options for offense and strategy. While the skill ceiling is very high, the floor is also high. The skill floor for just playing the game and seeing cool things happen is low because it's just button mashing, but actually competing requires you to have a significant amount of time and effort investment. So as you may have figured out by this point, the reason that this is bad news is because you, Phil, fall neither into any of those 2 categories. I have to admit, it doesn't bode well for your coverage of the game, but maybe there will be some enjoyment you can get out of it. So yeah, let's be honest here, okay? Let's be very honest here. I don't fall into the ultra casuals because I'm not an ultra casual. I try to play games at the very least at a level where I'm learning what the game.
Dude, he is ultra casual. He doesn't even play. He has to be streaming to play a game at all. So he is, in fact, ultra fucking mega super duper casual. Idiot.
I'm trying to learn more complicated strategies. I'm actually doing the combos manually. I'm not just mashing a button to get an auto combo. I'm inputting the combos like you're supposed to
You
get
ain't
optimal
inputting
damage
shit.
and things like that. I've played fighting games since I was a kid, so obviously I want to play it at a better level
Oh
than
my-
just button mashing.
Oh my god. He is such a douche. Oh, super duper ultra mega douche. My god.
Right? Here's the truth. I could sit here and button mash and win online in this game. 100%. I know I could because it's so easy to play. But I would get absolutely zero.
You know how great this is? I just tuned my guitar up. Didn't even use a tuner. All the notes I'm hitting, they're in key with his shitty AI music in the background. My ear is impeccable. Every time, baby. I guarantee you it's even in D. Oh. Slightly flat. There it is. I was slightly flat. I tune that shit to D by ear every time.
Enjoyment out of doing that. Zero. I would be bored to tears saying, okay, mashing buttons just to get hits in and just to get combos in and never actually, putting in the real inputs, the real motions, just doing all the easy motion. I would absolutely hate it. On the flip side, it seems to me, as this person has stated, that yes, in this regard, if you really want to play this game at any kind of a good level, you're going to have to invest an incredible amount of time and effort, which I don't have. I'm a variety streamer, right? I'm a variety guy. I'm going to be juggling this with many other games. I am not part of the FGC. I'm not known as part of the FGC or someone who covers fighting games extensively. Normally, I just cover them casually. There are some exceptions. For example, when Street Fighter 6 came out, I played an incredible amount of Street Fighter 6. I got pretty good at it. I got tons of characters to master. But that was the difference. Is Street Fighter 6 is a head-to-head traditional fighting game. That's my forte. This style of team-based button mashing, giant combo, one hit leads to 50% damage kind of game is not my forte. The most I ever played a game like that was Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and that was in the early 2000s. I didn't really play Marvel 3. I hated it. I didn't really play Dragon Ball Fighter. So the ones that would have led to me being good at or liking this game, I didn't play.
No.
Okay?
My lucky pick.
So you might say, well, that's not good. Well, let's continue.
Damn,
because
that
there's
thing
more
was-
that's
I was
happened during
using
my
that
days
and
off. Are you
using
ready for
that
this?
and using that. Damn,
So-
that's a bummer.
Just going to continue. These are messages that I
All
actually
right.
got.
I got more.
I just tuned into Maximilian's stream of the game out of curiosity. I saw that he's really struggling with the PC version. He was doing online play and the game was running pretty badly. Slowdown, stuttering, big rollback during most matches. Just not good. And he was commenting on it, baffled that there seems to be literally no way
no.
to
And
actually
then now where'd
reliably
the other
avoid
pick
these
bags
performance
go?
issues when you play this game online. From what I've been able to glean about this,
God
the problem
damn it.
isn't netcode. The PS5 version doesn't seem to have any of these issues. The problem is with the game's performance, which is somehow
Oh.
exacerbated.
I thought it was always the net code, though, Phil. I thought the net code was the problem. You know, it's always, this goddamn net code. Remember, Phil? It's always the net code, buddy. What happened to the net code?
By the online play. If either player during a match has performance issues when you're playing online, the lag happens on both sides. The devs are still saying they're working on improvements, and there's no ETA yet on being able to fix this. Okay? Now,
Everything is
continuing
such
on,
a big deal to him.
this same person sent me a follow-up message and said, so the game is currently being
I
review
found
bombed
it.
on Steam due to the big performance issues that it's having. Meanwhile, Maximilian is doing a new stream, and it's titled Tokon PS5 version is great, WTF.
Who cares?
So you might say, in light of all of that, what just happened? Okay? Well, here's what's happened.
You might
In the
say.
last 48 plus hours, the FGC has collectively decided they don't want to play Marvel Tokon on PC anymore. That the game runs like shit when you play it online. And here's the problem. if you're doing crossplay and you're on PlayStation 5 and you play someone on PC, everyone gets lag. Everyone stutters, everyone rolls back, and everyone has a bad time. So what's actually happened is the FGC has collectively agreed we're all going to buy this game again on PS5, and we're all going to play it with crossplay disabled, so the lag won't be present for those playing it on PS5.
So then, Phil, if you're such a journalist and a champion for the gaming community, and you're so involved, why don't you join in and do the same thing and send a fucking message so they fix their shit? Because you're saying, from what your post said, you said you're not going to fucking buy it on PS5. So you're not going to participate in this coup of trying to get game companies to fix their shit. This is your chance to take part in getting game companies to fix their shit. Fucking idiot, dude.
Also, for the record, the FGC tried to not charge back, but refund the game on Steam, and the vast majority of players have been denied because if you play a fighting game, you likely are going to play it more than 2 hours.
Duh, idiot.
So everyone who played this game on launch day played it more than 2 hours, and all of their refunds are denied.
Including you, dummy.
No one has been able to get a refund who played it past 2 hours, without exception. Like, no one's getting their money back because they're like, no, the rule is 2 hours, and you all played the hell out of it on launch day. So even if it doesn't perform well, too bad you played it too long. So no one can get a refund. Okay?
He's just mad because he can't get a refund. He doesn't care about anyone else getting their refund. He's pissed he can't get his refund.
Now, we're going to talk about this right now because I have a very strong opinion about this, okay? First off,
course you
thank
do.
you to SMG, who did 400 kicks. So let's get that on the leaderboard. It was 100 kicks separately there.
$4 whole dollars, Phil.
Thank you for that.
Crushing it.
And then I got a $1.50 tip from someone saying you should play a few fights just button mashing mindlessly and win. No, I don't want to. Here's the point. I don't want to do that. I just literally told you I could do it and win. I know I could. The game is brainless. You can literally go online, just wait, mash attacks, call out an assist, wait, mash attacks, call out an assist, wait, mash attacks, call out assist. That's the game. I would have zero fun doing that.
Then quit.
I would rather not play it ever again than do that.
Then don't
because
play
I'm
it.
an actual fighting
And
game
shut
player.
up about it.
I'm not a brainless twit. I'm not a mouth drooler.
No, you are brainless.
I play games to enjoy them and to be entertaining. Neither of those things would happen if I played the game like that. I hope you understand.
He plays games to enjoy them, guys.
It would be a complete waste of everybody's time.
Are you hearing this?
Thank you for the tip, and thank you to Quasi Regarded also for 100 kicks.
Yeah, that's you, Phil. Quasi Regarded. They're goofing on you,
SMG
bud.
did another 100, so thank you for that.
They're goofing on you. Quasi Regarded. That's you.
Hold on.
But thank you for the money.
Belch came out of nowhere. I wanted to mute it.
Ozempic Belch.
So,
yeah.
With everything that we just said, okay, I want you to think about this very logically.
No, I don't want to.
From a standpoint, in regards to everything that's been going on recently in video games in general, okay? Excuse me. It was just about a month ago, a little over a month ago now, that Sony publicly announced their desire and or intention to completely phase out physical games media starting in 2028. They outright said we will no longer create physical copies of games at all starting in 2028.
Because nobody fucking buys them.
Grand Theft Auto 6 announced we will not make any physical copies whatsoever of GTA 6. It will be a digital-only game. And what happened?
Well, first of all, I get it. Because nobody's buying this shit. Because I would buy on disc. But then even, like, I would still need to put the disc in to play it, even though the whole fucking thing was loaded onto my fucking hard drive. Like, so I don't get that. So, yeah, like, at some point, I was like, this is ridiculous. I'm not buying discs anymore. I'm not a collector. They take up space. I live in a New York City apartment. What the fuck? I don't have room. And, yeah. They just the fact that I had to put in a disc, like I could load it. I guess on PS3 there was a way to set it up. My friend at the time, he was very knowledgeable to that shit, like hacking into the PS3 and shit. I guess there was a setting where you could actually. I think he jailbroke his PS3. I think is what he did. But yeah, like I had to put in a disc to play it, even though it was already loaded onto the fucking thing. It's retarded.
When those announcements came out, everyone was up in arms. Everyone collectively on the internet got their pitchforks and torches out and said, no, we want physical. The future is physical. You don't own anything if you can't own it physically. You know what I'm saying? Everyone went nuts. Everyone was anti-Sony. Everyone said, we're boycotting Sony because of this. This is absolutely atrocious. We're not going to play anything on PlayStation. We're not going to buy PlayStation games. We're not going to, right? Across the board, there was a huge agreement that this was bad. Everyone dislikes this change and this idea that Sony has. Everyone is anti-Sony.
He's so worked up. He can't even get his words out.
So here we are. It is now early August, a month later. Marvel Tokon comes out. The entire FGC buys the game on PC. By the way, the game is published by Sony.
The entire FGC buys it on PC. The entire FGC. Really? Really, Phil? The entire FGC? Really?
Sony. These same people who had their pitchforks and torches and were all upset, they all ran out and bought Marvel Tokon in droves because it's Marvel, baby. It's the new Marvel game.
You did that.
But they ran out and bought it on PC.
Guess did
what?
that.
The game sucks on PC.
You did that, Phil. My God. The lack of awareness from this man is incredible. You did everything you're saying everybody else did. You're fucking class A idiot, dude.
PC, it plays like shit. It won't run well online. There's rollback, there's stutter, there's problems. So what did they do? They said, oh, let's buy it again on PlayStation 5. And let's set it now crossplay off so anyone who has it on PC can't even find anyone to play because we want our Marvel and we don't care.
That's not it. You're missing the point, you dipshit. They're sending a message to the company. Fix the PC bullshit. And I'm not talking about politically correctness. I'm not politically correct. I never was. My teacher said sit Indian style. I laid on the curb with a bottle of whiskey. That's a Rich Voss joke, everybody. One of his best fucking jokes.
About any repercussions or our behavior, we just want Marvel.
Hey, Tabby.
Okay? So I want you to think about this logically. We just said to Sony, we don't...
Sorry, Tabby. I've been set on the YouTube window. I don't have much space. I don't have multiple monitors like other people. How you doing, bud? Hope all is well.
Want a digital future. And then a month later, you bought Marvel Tokon twice because it didn't work. What?
Dude, he doesn't know how to handle this. Like, the FGC, by doing this, is trying to send a message to the game maker. And normally he would be all about this, but he can't comprehend. I'm going to buy it a second time? More money? Come on, stop spending so much money on cards and then take part in the protest here, bud. This is like the march against Monsanto, the march against Marvel Tokon.
How fucking stupid are you? Really? The game doesn't work on PC. No one can figure out why. So you went and you bought it again?
I understand, but from what he's telling us, they have a plan. And they're trying to send a message to the maker of the game.
This is the company you strongly criticized, citing they're ruining gaming's future because
he is fucking retarded.
They want to go all digital. You said you were going to boycott them. And now you bought their exclusively published game twice because you need to play Marvel because you're a hype beast in the FGC.
What the fuck, dude? Just stop. Stop it, Phil. Just stop
These
it.
people are not very intelligent, folks.
You're not.
They're not. It's
You're
just
not.
the honest truth about the modern FGC. It's this simple. They need hype. They need to jump on hype bandwagons. They realize that the FGC is a
Ayo.
weaker community than many other communities
Don't stop
out
the
there
hype.
because there aren't a lot of games. There's not a lot of competition. It's harder to get into competitive FGC and make it stick. The tournaments are getting stale and boring. Street Fighter 6 has lost a ton of its momentum outside of Japan. And in Japan, Street Fighter 6 is the shit. Outside of Japan, people's sentiment is the game is too samey. It hasn't updated. It hasn't changed. It hasn't
Samey.
improved. It's boring.
There it is.
So they were
samey.
strongly relying on Marvel Tokon to be a hype monster, especially with the fact that we just had Spider-Man Brand New Day break box office records as the highest grossing domestic film ever. And now we've got the new Avengers Doomsday coming out later this year. They are banking on the fact that this game is coming out at the right time to create hype for the FGC and try to get them prominent. So, God forbid the game actually sucks at launch and you admit it and you say, wait a minute, we just got ripped off, whether it's Arxis, whether it's Sony, whether it's one or both, we got ripped off by a badly produced game that runs like crap online, which is the main reason people buy fighting games. And instead of saying, hey, let's have some balls for once, and let's not play it, let's boycott it, let's actually be sensible about this and say this doesn't make sense for us to actually, play or spend money on because it's not a good product. They said, let's buy it a second time on a different platform instead.
I get it. I mean, nowadays, people buy fighting games, to play online. That is a good point. But the thing is, he's always saying, like, oh, they're abusing the lag. They're abusing. Well, why don't you figure out how to abuse some lag? You son of a bitch. Adapt, dude. Your adaptability is at a 1. And I'm being generous. I got to give you a starting stat, Phil. I can't give you a starting stat of 0.
And they're pushing for it too. Like, there's creators who are saying, oh, this is better on PS5. Go buy it on PS5. Why would you do that? Why would you tell your customer or your
Okay, this is also a thing I wanted to point out. I was out smoking. So I guess you have to log into a PlayStation account to play the game on PC. So, I mean, I guess I can kind of see where they might have fucked up as far as like the PC connection versus the PlayStation connection. I'm just guessing. I don't know anything about this shit really. I'm not a tech guy, but it just seems like you might want to have separate networks and then have your crossplay communicate with the other network. I don't know, just guessing.
your viewer base who relies on you for input and advice to buy the game twice when they can't refund their first purchase. People are trying to get refunds on Steam and being denied because Steam is saying, no, you played it longer than 2 hours. So the game doesn't work on Steam, all right? Yet, you're telling them to buy it a second time without getting their money back. Does that sound like responsibility? Does that sound like something that a good influencer or creator should do? Or do you think you should actually care about your audience and be like, don't buy it again?
To a man of his intelligence, this is just incomprehensible. Or is it uncomprehendable? What was the fucked up word? I forget.
ripped you off the first time. Put your foot down and say, no, Sony, I don't want an all-digital future. I don't want you milking us and ruining stuff for us and taking...
By the way, he has bought fighting games on multiple platforms time and time again. So don't let him fool you into thinking he's not going to buy a game on multiple platforms. I mean, I'm trying to avoid that with my new Switch 2 because my Switch 2 is like my Game Boy, I missed my Game Boy when I was a kid, So that's my fucking Game Boy. I have Hollow Knight on it because I was playing Hollow Knight on PlayStation 5 Now I have a problem. I can't figure out how to get past this part that I already got past on PlayStation 5. And I'm not going to go watch a guide on Hollow Knight. Fucking, I can figure this shit out, dude. It's not Dark Souls. I'll figure this shit out, bud. Fucking ridiculous. All right, I'm trying to get my area set up here to play some guitar for you guys today. That's been a plan in a stream a while back. I absolutely figured out how I can wire it all into, but I want to get my pedal. I want to pull my pedal board out, which is a huge fucking chore. So bear with me, folks. We're gonna get some guitar here in a bit. It ain't gonna be easy, but I'm gonna make it happen because I also have a new pedal. I got the MXR 10 band EQ to add to my pedal board. It's a highly valuable pedal. Not speaking money wise, not monetarily. I mean it's pricey, but it's valuable in its worth on your pedal board. You know what I mean? You need that 10 band EQ, and MXR is one of the fucking supreme motherfuckers that's been putting out EQs and pedals in general over the years. Sorry, I will hit play on DSP here. I'm moving some shit around. Oh, looky there, we got a green screen here. Maybe we'll hang that one day, huh? One day, what's that song? Oh, there's my coin purse. Not really a purse, more like a coin bag. Jesus Christ. Make sure to get my coins in here. By the way, they say, why is there a broken eraser in here? Fuck. I remember. You remember that? You would break off your pink eraser for your friend in school next to you, you know, because you didn't have an eraser or whatever, just ran out. You're like, I got this one here. Just break it in half. Good shit, dude. Good memories. Doesn't that change, man? Fucking knock a motherfucker out with that. All right. I got my what is it, a PSP? It's not PSP, it's PS Portal. I mean, technically a PSP, I guess. You could call it a PSP. Essentially what it is. I bought that because if, someone's using the TV, I want to be able to connect to my PlayStation at least and play some games. But now I have my Switch, so I like that. That's good stuff. I have a vape that fell on the floor last Sunday when I was building this fucking shelf. I don't know where the hell it fucking went. I heard it hit the floor, dude. Whatever. Yeah, it's a bunch of guitar stuff. Alright. Good. Yeah, I need to do some organizing anyway. Alright, let's get back to DSP.
Our money and robbing us with subpar products. You don't deserve it. If anything, the FGC should be saying we should boycott Marvel Tokon because this game ripped us off on PC and Sony is not a good company. Instead, they're literally telling everyone, buy the game a second time on PlayStation 5 if you want to play it, and everyone should do this because Marvel Tokon is hype. Because Marvel Tokon is the future.
It's hype, yo. Fucking onk.
So the reason that they're doing this is very simple. They're desperate. The
Fuck
FGC knows that they need hype games to keep their community pertinent. If they don't have a new hype game every year, then people stop talking about the FGC. And it lowers in its importance, and it lowers in people caring about watching EVO and other tournaments, and people just don't give a shit. There's entire people who their livelihood is dependent on fighting games being prominent and talked about and streamed and played. So
Really?
if Marvel Tokon doesn't succeed and ends up being a flop, they're out of money. That bag that they thought they were going to make is now gone.
You really believe that?
Oh, darn. So what they're going to do is very simple. They're going to lie. They're going to hype. And they're going to shill.
Oh my God.
Which is exactly what...
He's just saying words that they're going to lie, they're going to hype, and they're going to shill. Like, those three words, you never say those in like a one sentence. I've never heard that in one sentence before in my life.
They're doing right now. I'm glad that they were honest and saying that the game sucks
He's
on PC.
flailing,
That's a good
dude.
thing that they did. But anyone who bought this game on PC and then recommends you go buy it on a separate platform, even though you can't get your money back for the first version, that's irresponsible. That's not caring whatsoever about your viewing audience and not doing the right thing. The right thing to do would be like, nah, you got ripped off. Don't spend money on that crap. Play something else.
Whoa, what is this?
But the FGC can't afford to do that. This has been like this forever. This Street Fighter V. When that game came out, that was a horrendous piece of shit at launch. But they all kept playing it and kept spending money on it because they were desperate. They needed a game to talk about and play because if they didn't, they have nothing to put out. No content.
You're desperate. That's why you always try and play these games right away. You are desperate for content so you can try and make money. Oh, he's so pathetic. Hurts my brain, dude. I fucking hate him.
So,
I really do.
that's the truth. That's my take. You could disagree, and that's fine if you do. All right, but here's my take on it. Just like everyone else who bought this on PC, we all got ripped off. All right? I played the beta, and after the beta, ArcSys came out publicly and said, this is why we have betas. To learn, to adjust, and to improve. So rest assured, we took all your feedback during the beta with the PC problems, and this will be fixed for launch. 2 weeks later, nothing was fixed for launch. It still runs like shit. Now, it very well could be they'll fix it, okay? But you heard what I just read you
Now,
about
maybe
what
they
people
will.
have discovered about this game. It's either for ultra casuals who just want to button mash, or it's for big-time sweats and tryhards who invest an incredible amount of time into the game.
So it's... So wait. What are you saying, dude? It's for ultra casual button mashers or for ultra try hard. What? So what? So it's not for anybody in between? That's bullshit, dude. It's fucking bullshit. You're just pissed. You can't. He's just so mad he can't get a refund and he doesn't want to pay more money again to fucking actually get a good experience with it.
Well, I'm somewhere in the middle. Even to be honest with you, even with
there it
Street
is.
Fighter 6, I don't think anyone could even consider me to be a tryhard or a sweat. I was more of a hardcore casual. Does that make sense?
No, it doesn't make sense. If you're a casual, you're a casual. If you're a hardcore casual, then I think you're a fucking tryhard, bro. Think about it.
Like, I would play a lot of it, but then I would still play other games. It wasn't that fighting games were my main focus, and I only played it. And I went to tournaments, and I did all that. I did none of it.
I hate him so much.
I only played the game solely online. I only learned to a certain level. I got certain characters to master, and then I was like, all right, that's enough. And I moved on and did other stuff. To be considered a tryhard or a sweat, like, this is your thing. This is your major focus as a creator or a player, and that's all you do. And I'm never going to do that with fighting games. I just want to make this abundantly clear. Moving forward, I'm not saying that I won't cover fighting games. I'm not saying that I won't enjoy fighting games, and I'm not saying that I'm never going to play a lot of a fighting game, but I can tell you right now, I have found my way of success being a variety creator. Doing fighting games here, a shooter here, and
he's successful, guys.
an RPG here, Pokemon one day, Assassin's Creed the next, Dark Souls the next. That's how I'm successful, because
Okay, then shut up about it and then play your little games and just enjoy yourself and get your money, dog.
jump around and I do variety and I don't get stagnant. If I only played fighting games, things would get stagnant.
Did he say staggy? I swear he said staggy instead of stagnant.
As shit, and would actually dry up and be boring around here, and I would lose a ton of my audience. And I know that. That's why I'm a variety creator. And that's why I continuously take your feedback and take your suggestions. I tried to integrate and improve and do new things in my content that I didn't used to do. Great. This entire thing was your idea. Integrating collectible cards and everything into my content was your idea. That was your feedback that allowed me to do that and do something different and do something interesting. Okay, so I'm happy for that I'm doing new things. What if I just sat around playing fighting games all day?
What if?
Maybe
What
for a
if?
very small percentage of
Try
you,
Fuck around and find
that
out,
would be
dude.
fine. But for most of you, you'd be like, that's boring. You're doing way too much of it. And I know that because even when I was just playing as much of Street Fighter 6 as I was, a lot of people were complaining that they were bored. Okay?
You were bored, dude. You were bored.
I don't know why the cards are falling. They've literally sat here for 2 months and never had an issue, and now they keep falling over.
Holy shit. Holy shit. We gotta go back.
One of my audience, and I know that. That's why I'm a variety creator. And that's why I continuously take your feedback and take your suggestions. I tried to integrate and improve and do new things in my content that I didn't used to do.
Stupid ass. He bumped the fucking thing. He's in such a fluster. He hit the fucking whatever shitty shelf that's sitting on. Probably sitting on like a shitty box. It's probably not level.
Great. This entire thing was your idea.
He's an idiot.
Integrating collectible cards and everything into my content was your idea.
No, it wasn't. It was your idea, Phil. You saw the June the King documentary about Jeremy, the quartering, and your takeaway was, oh, maybe I shouldn't grift and scam, and your takeaway was, I should open cards on stream for money. That's what you took away from it, fuckface.
Yeah, that was your feedback that
No.
allowed me to do that and do something different
If anything, it was trolls that fucking convinced you.
and do something interesting. Okay, so I'm happy for that I'm doing new things.
Oh, he's happy.
What if I just sat around playing fighting games all day?
I wish you would.
Maybe for a very small percentage of you, that would be fine. But for most of you, you'd be like, that's boring. You're doing way too much of it. And I know that because even when I was just playing as much of Street Fighter 6 as I was, a lot of people were complaining that they were bored. Okay? I don't know why the cards are falling. They've literally sat here for 2 months and never had an issue, and now they keep falling over.
Because you bump them. Stupid. Ugh. Gross.
We're going to talk a little bit about that as well, card fluctuating prices, because a
Yeah.
lot of these card values have changed, and I actually rearranged the wall this morning.
Oh, guys, I got some news. I pulled a $27 card, $27+ card out of Assassin's Creed Beyond booster pack, and then I opened a Lord of the Rings Universes Beyond draft booster pack today, and I got I believe it was a $38 card in there. Fucking nice. I only paid $20 for the pack. I got lucky. Those Lord of the Rings draft boosters are fucking good, man. They're worth it.
Based on the card prices fluctuating, which is pretty crazy that they happen the way they do. Some went up, some went down. We'll talk about that. But anyway, in regards to this, right? I'm trying to do variety and it works. If I just sit here and just play fighting games, I know for a fact it won't work. I'm not known as a fighting game guy. I don't think I ever will be. The fighting game community hates me because at a time when they were struggling and they were really trying to make it, I was popular. I was huge for being myself and not just being a try-hard sweat grinder trying to win tournaments and shit. And I was doing much better than they were back in the day. So they hate my guts and haven't changed, even though I really don't give a shit about them. They still, dunk on me and say dumb shit about me.
See, I am so sick of hearing him talk about the FGC and how they were jealous that he was more prominent at the time they were struggling. He wasn't a sweat tryhard. What the fuck is that? What does that mean? A sweat tryhard? Like, this dude is weird.
Me all the time for no reason. So I don't care about them, and I have no desire to be part of the FGC. I never want to be. Okay?
Shit.
So in regards to Marvel ToeCon,
He absolutely wants to be. He just can't fucking hang. He can't hang. That's his problem. He comes around, and first of all, they don't like.
All right. It's this simple. I bought the game. I made the choice. I even said, hey, even if this game still sucks online like it did in the beta, at least it looks like there's going to be some good offline content. I was right. Okay, the game has 5 story episodes. So far, we've played 2. There's still 3 remaining. There's the Avengers, the X-Men, and the Spider-Man team, right? I'm sure that those are going to have some great stories and some good content, right? There's other offline content as well. I actually don't know what it is because I haven't played it yet, and I haven't explored it. It may be worth doing. It may not be. I'm not sure. But at the very least, I think that the story modes are actually done exceptionally well, and I want to play them, okay? So I will. In fact, I already have another Marvel ToeCon stream scheduled for Tuesday on the day stream, and I want to at least play through 1, if not 2 of the stories during that stream. But the thing is, I need you guys to actually show up for it, and here's why I say that. On Thursday, the release day of this game, I played the Doom campaign, and then we played a little bit of online for about 45 minutes, and then I played through the Samurai Outriders campaign. During the Samurai Outriders campaign, all I got was toxic shit from the chat. People were being insanely unfair, very negative, very toxic constantly. And all they were doing was yelling at me to play online, to which I explained, I'm not going to do that because I don't know how to play the game. In order to play online, you need to play with the characters, learn their offline stuff, then you go online. You don't just go right into online play having no concept of how to play the game. It would be a waste of your time. But the audience doesn't listen. They sit there and they spam toxic stuff the entire time. So while I'm trying to have fun with the story with the Samurai Outriders team, I'd say 80% of chat was acting like little brats and being very, very negative and toxic towards me and the stream, claiming that they hated it and they just wanted me to go online. I'm not going to do that. Particularly now, we know the online play doesn't even work on PC. It lags to shit. You can't find matches. It teleports all over. It rolls back. It's a waste of your time. All right, the FGC has now abandoned this actual game online on PC. They're outright said, we're not going to play it anymore. We're all going to go buy it on PlayStation 5, and we're going to turn crossplay off so PC players can't find matches. Okay? So being very, very honest with all of you, I'm not going to warrant a single person yelling at me saying they're demanding that I play this game online. I can't. I don't even have the right version to play online. If I had it on PS5, then at least it would have been a fun experience without a lot of lag and rollback and dropped frames and issues. Everyone collectively agrees the PC version sucks. Even the biggest creators are dropping PC and buying it on PS5 and only playing it on PS5. Okay? So, what I plan to do with this game moving forward this week is playing through some of the episodes and stories. I hope that those of you who like my content and are positive people will come by and hang out and engage and support with said content. Okay? It's going to be chill fun. We're going to be playing through interesting story together, seeing how the game, comes together when it comes to that and the different, storylines and outcomes and scenarios of the teams. I think that's valid content. They put a lot of effort into the world design, the production value, and the story of this game. I want to experience that. I bought the game. I have a right to experience it, right? So I hope you'll be here for that. But outside of that, I mean, based on all the feedback that we're getting right now, okay, it sure sounds to me like this is a complete and utter waste of time trying to play it online, and I'm just not going to bother. Now you might say, oh, well then, you're going to buy it again on PS5? You tell me how this sounds. No! Did that sound echoey? Because I haven't used the echo effect in a while, and I forgot which one was the echo effect. Does this sound echoey to you? I hope it does. Anyway, no, I'm not rebuying the game. I've bought it once. I've given Sony and Arxis my money. All right, I have. And there's no reason for me to buy the game again. Why would I reward a game that doesn't work. I want you to think about that. This game doesn't work. So I'm going to buy it again. Did it need more echo? Okay, hold on. How about now? Does this sound more echoey? I forgot there was 2 different echoes. And I forgot which echo that was. I think the second echo is stronger. And you start using these effects again. Okay. So, in regards to this, no, I am not going to reward mediocrity. I'm not going to reward bad game development. Again, no one seems to know what the issue is with this game on PC. If it's DRM and it's Sony's fault, if it's the netcode, and then it's Arxis's fault, like, no one knows. But at this point, the FGC gave up. Like, they all bought it on PC, and for 2 days tried to get it to work. They can't, and they all dropped it and said, we're getting it again on PS5, and that's what they're doing. I'm not doing that. I'm not rewarding Arxis and Sony with a second purchase because the game runs poorly. I want you to think how crazy, number one, that even is. Oh, the game's bad, buy it again. But on top of that, this is the same company that you all just said you're boycotting because they're going all digital and they're ruining the future of games. And 1 month later, you're already buying their first Sony-produced game fucking twice because it doesn't even work on the first platform you bought it for. Why are you so stupid? So, I am not doing that, okay? What I will do is this simple. We'll play the stories. We'll see how it goes. I really do hope that you guys will show up for the story mode. Like I said, the next time I'm playing Tokon will be actually on Tuesday. All right, we're going to play this through the story mode. I don't know. You guys will probably vote. You'll determine who the next team is that I play in the story mode or whatever. And we'll go from there. And we'll play it offline for a bit. And if they ever do fix the online play, I would consider trying to learn the game and play it online. But I'm not going to waste time on it now when we outright know it doesn't work and the FGC abandoned it. It's going to be even worse than that beta where I couldn't find anyone. We're going to find no one. Or if we find someone, it's going to be the worst possible connection. It will not be worth playing. So it sucks. It really does. Because this is a game that should have been a massive hit and they botched it horribly. This is probably one of the worst case scenarios. And again, if it weren't for the FGC being so desperate for attention and trying to stay pertinent, they probably would have just dropped it. But they need this game. So they have to go buy it again and basically pad the wallets and pockets of a company that ripped them off. That's messed up, in my opinion. Very stupid. I'm not willing to do that. Okay, it's not a matter of I can't afford the game. Of course I can. I'm not wasting money. I'm not buying it a second time. They don't deserve it. Okay? So, sorry to those who this disappoints because you wanted to see me play online and rage and suck and get beaten in the game. I don't care. You're not pertinent to me. I want to repeat what I just said. You're not pertinent to me. You're not important. I don't care about you. You're the people that don't support my content anyway, so I don't give a fuck about your opinions. I don't care that you were so angry that on launch day I barely played the game online. I don't care that now you're angry that I'm not going to play it online again. I didn't create the situation, but you'll blame me anyway. So why do I give a shit about your invalid opinion? You're insignificant. You're worthless. No one cares. If you're going to sit here and complain constantly that I'm playing the game offline, move on. If I see you complain, you're banned. If you come back, you're banned again. And on top of that, I'm going to publicly ridicule you in my content and streams to show what a loser you are. You sat here on Thursday and you ruined my night stream being toxic dirtbags. I'm going to publicly humiliate you every time you open your mouth on my streams. Okay? There you have it. Okay. So, that is how we're handling it. I know it sucks. Like, I'm very disappointed. I went into this with the intention, all right? Really, I went into this with the intention that we would actually have a great time with a brand new fighting game. I thought that Marvel would be the opportunity for that because, hey, it's the IP that everyone likes right now. Brand New Day just did great in theaters. We got Doomsday coming out later this year. Everyone's getting hyped for Marvel again. Marvel's been kind of slow and dead for years with their movies flopping and their TV shows doing poorly. This looked like the comeback. They fucked it up. Whether it's Arxis, Sony, or a combination of the two, they literally fucked it up. And it's not anyone's blame but theirs. I have more important things to do than waste time on a broken game. And as I've now been explained to about it, unless I just want to play as a button-mashing idiot, to actually learn the game takes an incredible amount of time investment. I'm not willing to do that for a broken game. I'm just not. I'm not giving them more money. I'm not giving them my time. They don't deserve it. To be frank with you, this isn't the first time I got burned by Arxis. Dragon Ball FighterZ also sucked. I don't know if you guys remember, Dragon Ball FighterZ was atrociously bad online when it released. It took them 3 to 4 months of updates and patches to actually make the game more viable to play online. I had already dropped it by then. I played it for like a month and a half. I said, I've had enough. It's too laggy. It's too shitty. I'm not wasting time. And I moved on and did other content and never went back to it ever. In all the years people played it, I never played it again. My time's too valuable as I get older. My time's too valuable to waste on garbage products that they're not finishing before they release. In this case, they didn't finish the game before they released it. They claimed they learned from the beta. They literally learned nothing. Released it, busted, didn't care, pocketed everyone's money. So I don't care about the game. What I do like is the story because you can tell they put effort into the story. That's what I'm going to focus on. Okay? I'm not going to waste time on a busted game. Okay? So we will play more of it. And for those of you who are chill and like the content and are here for fun, we will have fun with Marvel Tokon. We will. Just come back later this week on Tuesday. If that stream on Tuesday does well, then we'll do more until we finish all the story-based content. Okay? So it's that simple. I'm not going to waste time on something that doesn't deserve it. Okay? And here's the other thing, because this is the other side of the coin here. It was just announced last week. Super Mario Sunshine is coming out on Switch 2 this week. Out of nowhere. Like, it had never been announced. I think it comes out on the 13th. Let's see. August 13th, Super Mario Sunshine is releasing on the Switch 2. Okay? And ever since that game came out, I hated it. I don't say when it came out. When I played it, like 7-8 years ago. Remember, I played it on the Wii. It was longer than that, wasn't it? When did I play Super Mario Sunshine? Let's see. January 2018. So almost 9 years ago is when I played Super Mario Sunshine. I played it on the Wii. It was the original GameCube disc, but because I played it with an adapter, basically it ran horribly. I don't know if you guys remember. It had like fuzzy graphics and there was input delay. And on top of that, I really kind of just, to be honest, didn't really have a good time with it. I actually feel it was like the weakest Mario game. But ever since I played it, people were like, will you play it again? Like, play it again? Why would you want me to play it again? Oh, because you didn't like it as much, but now maybe it's been 8-9 years. Maybe you'll think different. At this point, though, the thing is, since I'll be playing it, if I'm playing it on Switch 2, there shouldn't be input delay and the graphics should be better, right? So maybe it would be a better experience the second time around. I don't know. But that's an option. Like, that's an option to do later this week. Since now it looks like Marvel Tokon, once we play through the story, we're done with it. Maybe we play Mario Sunshine. Okay? So that's what I would say is let's continue to play the games we're playing. Let's play Marvel Tokon's episode story mode. See how it does. If it does well, great. Let's play them all. And if not, if it doesn't work, then maybe we could throw Mario Sunshine into the mix as some variety for the summer. Let's see. Okay? Because the truth is there's nothing really new coming out till the end of the month when we have the new Metal Gear collection. I know people want to see me play Metal Gear Solid 4 again. That I would definitely consider doing. Okay? Okay. So, that's that. And I'm sorry for those who had big hopes for Marvel Tokon. I did too. I wanted to play it, and I hoped it would be good. I had no clue that they would botch it this bad. And I'm not going to do what the FGC does and double spend and line the pockets of people who don't deserve the money because we're desperate. I'm not desperate. I don't need the content of Marvel Tokon. There's a million other things I could be doing. I'm not like the FGC where I rely on the new fighting game to have content to make. So I'm not going to waste time on it. Okay? Okay. To be honest, Comedy Master says, will you play any other games in that Metal Gear collection? I don't even know what other games are in that Metal Gear collection. I only knew that Metal Gear Solid 4 was in it, and that was the big one. So that's the one I know everyone wants to see. Okay. Let's do some quick shout-outs. All right? Then I want to give you guys an update on card stuff, and then we could just hang out for the rest of the show. Okay? So, Martin Shortbus did a $6.97 Canadian Super Chat. Which is funny because I was going to say, oh, isn't that less than what he was doing last week? No, the Canadian dollar is more valuable now compared to the American dollar. So it's still a $5 super chat. So thank you to Martin Shortbus for our first super chat of the week. And he says, Phil's cooking, listen to the king. Thank you. I mean, the truth is no one will tell you what I just told you. The entire FGC, sadly, they really are desperate. They really need the money. And so they always kiss butt, or they always, like I said, at the very least, I'm happy that there were creators that were very honest and were like, the PC version sucks. But to go over and play it on PlayStation and be like, oh, everyone should go buy it on PlayStation, that's so ridiculously disingenuous, because you're literally telling your audience it's okay to get ripped off. Oh, you bought it on PC like me? Oh, buy it again on PlayStation. It's good. I'd be like, no, this is actually embarrassing for them. Don't buy it on PlayStation because they should have gotten it right on PC. This is a ridiculous atrocity that the customers have been ripped off. But instead, they're like, oh, go play it on PC. Or excuse me, go play it on PS5. No, don't do that. Anyway, thank you, Martin, for the first super chat. It looks like SMG did another 100 kicks. Thank you to SMG for that. I appreciate that. And then we have Big Jim 04 with a $10 super chat. And he says, don't listen to Trolls, Sire. We love your streams. Thank you to Big Jim. I appreciate that. That is now the biggest contribution of the day. And Hellman did 500 kicks on Kick. Says, if you want to play Tokon on PS5, we'll gift it to you. If you don't, we'll support you anyway. It's your show. You make the rules. Disregard detractors. Exactly. I know what the detractors want. I'm not making content for detractors. All right? They were so upset with me that I did not play the game online any further on Thursday. They were so upset because they didn't have anything to content farm. They really wanted to, oh, look, here's Phil losing endlessly in this new fighting game. So, yeah, I mean, thank you, Hellman. I appreciate that. Now, here's the truth. Again, it's not the money. It doesn't matter. It's irregardless of who buys it. If I buy it again on PS5, I'm rewarding someone who made a bad game. If you buy it for me on PS5, then you're rewarding someone who made a bad game. The issue is rewarding someone who made a bad game. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? You don't want to reward errors, because as we've seen in the industry, if you continuously reward mediocrity, if you reward failure, the failure continues, right? Everyone complained for 13 years that Rockstar wouldn't make GTA 6. Everyone wanted it. Where is it? Yet they kept spending money on GTA Online. That's why you didn't have GTA 6. Like, literally, it was a direct result of your actions is the reason why the thing you were complaining about was continuing. Everyone keeps complaining. Where's the new Elder Scrolls? Why won't they make a new Fallout? Yet Elder Scrolls Online and Fallout 76 continue to make big profits for Bethesda. So why are they going to pump out another game? So if you reward the error, if you reward mediocrity, you'll get nothing but more mediocrity or failure. In this case, I consider a fighting game with broken, unfunctional online play at launch, that's utter failure. That's not even mediocrity, because that shouldn't be common, yet it has been. We've had so many fighting games that launch and they're not ready. And then they launch broken and it takes weeks to years for them to fix this shit. That's pathetic. ArcSys, this has already happened with ArcSys. Dragon Ball FighterZ was literally the same scenario where the game played terribly online, yet everyone just wanted a Dragon Ball fighting game, so they kept playing it, kept hyping it, kept playing it, kept hyping it. And it took them something like 3-4 months of updates before it was finally viable online. So, Jackathon, thanks for $5. There's absolutely no chance I would read your idiotic mouth-drooling message, but I do appreciate your money, so thank you for that. It was a big insulting message he sent me, but I'm not stupid. I didn't even read it. I just skimmed it, and I'll just take the money. Okay, so there you go, folks. That's the deal with Marvel Tokon. It's a huge mess in the FGC. Sadly, a ton of people are kind of being pretty disingenuous about it, telling people to buy it again when you should not do that if the game is broken to begin with, and especially if you can't get a refund. Like, I played it for 4 hours. I can't get a refund on Steam either, even if I wanted to. So, you know, that's that. And again, with me, I'm a guy who has tons to do. There's a lot going on. I'm already juggling a ton of games. There's the possibility of playing Super Mario Sunshine and even more this month. Why do I care about Marvel Tokon? I'm not crying about it. I'm not. Like, I don't give a shit. It's that the FGC is desperate for content and they need this new game. So be it for them. Let them go down that horrible rabbit hole of basically rewarding bad behavior. And they're going to see that all they're ever going to get is bad behavior. Especially those who are complaining, oh, the game's too easy, it's button mashing. Yet they all just bought it twice. So now guess what more games you're going to get? Just take a wild guess how every fighting game will play in the future. Okay. What just happened? I didn't click that. Princess Luna. Thank you so very much, Princess Luna, for a gifted membership on YouTube. That's our first membership of the week. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so now that that's finally out of the way, all right, let's move on to the next topic. Let's talk about the status of cards and everything, because I already did some updates here, and I want to tell you about how things are going with everything. So last week, for those who don't know, the TCG stuff went crazy. It was only a 5-day week here on DSP Gaming. I opened 4 boxes of cards last week. 4 boxes, okay? We finished Pokemon Pitch Black. We did the entirety of the Pal World box. We did the entirety of the Lorcana Reign of Jafar box. And we did the entirety of the One Piece Adventure on Kami's Island box. That was ridiculous, the amount of support and the crazy amount of cards that I opened in 1 week. I never expected ever that I would ever be doing that much, okay? But obviously, you guys are liking the content. You guys are enjoying. You know what I'm saying? You guys are enjoying the content, or else you wouldn't be supporting it and asking for more. All right? So where did we end last week? We ended last week doing this. We cracked open a box of Yu-Gi-Oh! Chaos Origins, which did arrive on Thursday. We got into 4 packs, okay? So to be honest, I like the look of the cards, but I just don't understand them. I don't know the difference between a trap card, a character card, a spell card. I don't know how the game is played. I've never seen the show, so I recognize absolutely nothing on the cards. I do think that the quality of the cards is nice, and from what I'm being told, there are 2 rares, like full art cards in each box, so I'm guaranteed to get some hits in the box. I just don't know how many or the quality that they will be. What's funny is the people who are criticizing Yu-Gi-Oh cards don't seem to have any, like, knowledge of them. Like, people, oh, Yu-Gi-Oh cards have no value because they get reprinted endlessly. Yeah, but this is a first edition box, and each card has a foil stamp on it to prove it's first edition. So it doesn't matter if they get reprinted a million times, the value is in the first edition print. That's like saying because a comic book got a bunch of reprints, the first edition isn't worth anything. Completely false. The first edition is always worth something. It's the reprints that are worth nothing. So I don't even understand what people are saying when they say this nonsense. So anyway, yeah, I'm excited to do more of these, okay? But at the same time, we also have this. I returned to Pokemon Surging Sparks, because this was a set that we did very, very early on, okay? And, oops. Very, very early on, when we were unpacking cards back in May and early June, okay? This was the set that we were doing. This is where we got our mega rare or hyper rare golden Pikachu up there. That was worth almost $100. And it's a really good set. I like it's the Alolan version, so basically the Hawaiian versions of Pokemon that are kind of special. The cards look great. It's a good set of cards. So, we have Surging Sparks, and we have Yu-Gi-Oh! Chaos Origins cards that we'll be opening as we hit support milestones this week. Now, let's figure out, okay? Let's figure out what it is that you guys want. Okay, you ready? We're going to do a poll. Chaos Origins. I always forget the name of it. We're going to do a poll right now. You guys will vote, and this will determine which... Here we go. This will determine which set I open when we get support today. Okay? So let me know in this poll which one you prefer. I'm down for either. Either one, like with Yu-Gi-Oh, this is a first time experience. I'm learning about the cards for the first time. I find it interesting. Maybe we'll get a hit and see what they look like. With Surging Sparks, we already are very familiar with Pokemon cards. I like the Pokemon cards. We know that there's good ones. There's a $300 Pikachu, $100 like $80 Latias, $100 like $20 or $30 Melodic, and more in this set that we don't have yet. Even though we did get the hyper rare Pikachu, that's not the most valuable card in the set. There's many more good cards in this set, okay? So, I'd be happy unpacking either, all right? Let's see what you guys vote for, and we'll go from there, all right? Cool. Also, keep in mind, we're still doing Prismatic Evolutions as our bonus packs for big contributions of $100 or more, or if we hit a milestone of $250 cumulative dollars any stream. I have 2 more here and then a whole other 6-pack, so we're good for now for the week. We should have enough of the premium packs to open and continue on, okay? So how does it work? Quick reminder, we do milestones. When we hit a $100 support milestone, that's a pack that I'll open on stream for DSP pack rips. 150, another pack. 200, another pack, and every 50 after. If we get a big contribution of $50 or more in one go, that's a guaranteed bonus pack. If we get a contribution of $100, that's a guaranteed regular pack, and then I open a pack of Prismatic Evolutions as well. Okay? So, let's get some support today for the content. Let's get some support rolling. Let's get some packs set for opening. As you know, I open at least 2 packs at a time during DSP pack rips. So if we can get to 2 milestones today, or we get a $50 contribution and we hit a milestone, I'll be doing DSP pack rips at the end of this stream, and we'll be seeing our first cards. It looks like right now, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is in the lead again. I guess you guys are interested to see the Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. Again, I don't know much about them. I'm excited to see more of them. I'd be down for that. Okay. Arthur Morgan's Horse says, I honestly think a lot of the basic non-value cards look better than the hits. To be honest with you, yeah, some of the stuff that we've seen, right? Or you'll think it's worth something because it's like full hollow metallic rare art. You look it up, it's worth $1. Huh? Why does this card look so good if it's worth $1? Right? I just don't understand that they make such cards look so good and then they're worth $1. That actually drives me, well, it doesn't drive me nuts, but it makes me confused. Why bother making the card look that good if it's not going to have value? Like, some of the One Piece cards look sick and like 75 cents. Huh? I'm not saying the good One Piece cards don't look good. Like that Brook that we got looks sick. Really, really good card. But then why does the other ones look so good too? I don't get that. Anyway, the other thing I wanted to say was, oh, by the way, thank you to the Nixter97 who gifted a membership. Thank you to Nixter for the membership. We're now at $39 a support. Thank you guys for the early support. Can we get our first sub of the new week on Kick? Can we get a tip bigger than $1.50? Can we get some momentum going towards getting some packs open? That would be awesome. Thank you. So what I wanted to say just really quickly here, okay, is these card values fluctuate a ton. And what I mean by that is they go up and down and up and down, and it's very, very confusing. It's hard to tell what's going to hold value and what's going to lose value. All right, so I'm going to give you some examples here. This was my most valuable card for a very long time. When I first got this Mega Greninja EX, it was from the Chaos Rising box back in May, late May, okay? It was worth $380 back then, okay? As of right now, it wouldn't even give me a value. It's glitched. As of right now, this card has dropped to $210. So that's a tremendous amount of value lost. You might say, well, whoa, what happened? Why on earth did it lose so much value? Okay. Well, because this was a brand new card when I pulled it. It was literally the hot new set. And so it was worth a ton of value immediately in the moment. But what happens is the market adjusts. And then those big inflated values level out. And then the card isn't worth nearly as much. So it's still worth $210. It's still my most valuable card. But man, it nearly halved in value in only the couple of months that I had it. To give you some perspective here, now the latest set is called Pitch Black. The highest value card when it first released in late July was over $500. Now that card is worth less than $200. That card actually dipped even worse than this one and even more quickly. Okay? So that's just how it happens. Okay? That's how all these cards go. All right. Now, to give you some perspective, this is Groudon from Paradox Rift. Okay. This card, when I pulled it, which was 2 months ago, month ago, I can't remember. It's like a month and a half ago, was worth around $118. Now this one is worth $128, and it's actually going up in value. Why? Because it's an older set. The older sets traditionally do go up in value, while the fresher cards, the more recent cards, traditionally will go down right away, but then may regain some value over time, okay? Here's another example of that. This Boa Hancock One Piece card, I pulled not even 2 weeks ago, right? When I pulled it, it was worth like $56. As of today, it's worth only $48. It actually lost a bunch of value. Why? Because this is the more recent One Piece set. So again, the value was inflated, and now the values are kind of settling in. So now the value is dropping on this particular card. Okay? This is the Cloud Strife Legendary Hero card from the Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering set, okay? When I pulled it 2 weeks ago, well, not even, it was a week and a half ago, it was worth $21. As of today, it's worth over $23. So, as you can see, like this, so the values aren't consistent at all. They go up and down, it all depends. There's all these different industry factors. If the cards are hot in play, of competitive play and stuff like that, they'll go all over the place, all right? So, if anything, the one thing is if you open a new box and you're really looking to make money, right? You essentially really need to go ahead and sell right away. Rip the box, hope for the best, and sell, sell, sell. That's the way to make money immediately. But if you're collecting, you're always going to find new cards are going to have value, and then they're going to lose the value over time, but then they might gain it back again over time again. Okay? So incidentally, I reorganized the tree. The top row remains the same, but even that second row, the Boa Hancock got downgraded. Actually, the Chandelure that we just pulled gained a few bucks of value, so that moved up a spot. And actually, the Blackbeard went way down too. He was 31, now he's like $25 in value, so he went down. But that will happen. You'll see fluctuations over time where things will go up and down. That's just how it is in the card industry. So, all right. So Yu-Gi-Oh cards have won the poll. You guys want more Yu-Gi-Oh today. Chaos Origins. I'm totally down for that. Again, that's a set I don't know much or anything about. I'm learning very slowly. I hope that you guys will help me to understand the Yu-Gi-Oh cards as we do more with them. I'm open to learning and suggestion and all kinds of stuff about I want to learn how they work. Okay. So, yes, when we get to $100 of support, that's a Yu-Gi-Oh pack. If we get a $50 contribution, that's a Yu-Gi-Oh pack. Let's get some support rolling in so we can do DSP pack rips today. Okay? XJW9 did 500 kicks. Thank you so much, XJW9. Let's get that on the leaderboard. I have a disgusting hair in my mouth. Ugh. Started tickling my tongue. Ew. Okay, and give me 1 second here. Because sadly, the trolls are back. So I'm going to once again put up my pinned note, everybody. I was hoping maybe fresh new week, the trolls wouldn't be here. Oh, no. They still have no life. They're going to be here. So I just posted up the message again. Everyone in the chats, if you could read the pinned message, I would greatly appreciate it. Okay? Okay. So XJW says, with Yu-Gi-Oh, trap cards are defensive spells. Regular spells are more like modifiers or bonuses. The monsters are your team of fighters. Oh, okay. Are they all monsters, or are there other, like, human-like characters, too? I'm just curious. I don't know nothing about it. And then there were other things, too. Well, I'm interested when we open new cards. I'm interested to see what's what, and so I can continue to learn, because it is confusing. And then thank you to Spoderman with a $2 super chat. He says, are you selling the cards or holding on to them? I've only been collecting for just under 3 months. If you take a look, we're actually about the 2.5 month mark right now. We started in late May. So now we're about 2.5 months. No, I'm not selling anything right now. Okay? Long term, as the collection grows, as these things continue, right? There's a chance that maybe I would sell stuff. Right now, absolutely not. Right now, we're just getting started. We're trying different kinds of cards. We're enjoying stuff. You know what I'm saying? We're having a good time with it. That's what it's all about. I'm learning about the different card sets, the different IPs, how they work, the values, the grades, the look, all of it. It's fun. The collection aspect is a lot of fun. XJW says it's a mix of mobsters and wizards and stuff. Huh. So it is a mix. There's monsters, wizards, all kinds of stuff. Interesting. Layla says, if you turned on 1 week sub-only mode, would it stop sock accounts? Yes and no. Whatever sock accounts they made today, they wouldn't talk for a week, but then in a week, they just flood the channel with the same accounts anyway. You know what I mean? So there really is no solution to there's no solution to the sock accounts. There's no real solution to the view botting. I can't affect it. I just got to put up with it and just let everyone know what's going on so they can ignore it. Okay? How much did I invest in the most valuable card? Well, it was just in the box, right? So Chaos Rising, when Chaos Rising first came out, the boxes were like $280, give or take. And so I got that card, plus there was, of course, the entire normal set, plus the other hits that we got. So if that card, today that card's worth $210. And if you take account of the other cards that were in the box and the other hits, maybe I broke even on that box. Okay? But that's the thing. I mean, this is being very honest. When you're into this TCG stuff, unless you can buy direct from the supplier, so unless you're buying direct from Pokemon Center and you're paying retail price, which for a normal box of cards, retail price is $160, okay? Unless you're doing that, you're not making any profits ever. Like, never, ever. You know, even the one I bought. So I bought Pitch Black from Pokemon Center. And in that Pitch Black box, I got Chandelure. And Chandelure is worth just under $60 right now. Nothing even else on my tree is there. So probably the other hits I got were under 10. I probably got like 4 or 5 hits. So let's argue between the Chandelure and the other hits, I made $70. Do you really think there was $90 worth of cards in the other packs? No. Most cards, most low-end cards, aren't worth that much at all. For those who don't know, like a standard Pokemon card can range anywhere between 4 cents up to maybe 50 cents tops. Like, very rarely would you see a standard Pokemon card be worth more than, like, 40 cents, ever. So, even if you get a whole box and you get the whole set, you get 2-3 copies of the whole set, you probably still didn't break even on a box, you know? That's just how it is. What you're hoping is that you're getting a hit that hit has value, and that value will increase over time as the gameplay, evolves of the cards. Plus, as you build more sets and things, those have value. Like selling a whole normal set, you could sell and have value, as opposed to just trying to sell singles. So, yeah, it's tough. As an investment, no, I don't really think that TCG stuff is a smart investment right now. It's like long-term investment. Right now, the new cards will never really strike it big and make big money. It's only if you're a reseller. Like, that's it. If you're a reseller, you're making money doing it. Outside of that, if you're a collector, you're probably not making money. Now, there is a whole other side of this that we haven't even talked about. That's the grading side. Okay? Grading certain cards exponentially increases their value. I'm trying to think. I think that Groudon is one of the cards that I've been recommended by the app to grade. I'll give you an example if it's in there. Let me see. Let me see if they're listing it. Yes. Okay, so here's an example. Okay? So taking a look at the Groudon card, which is worth 120... Right now, it's 126 today. Again, it goes all over the place. So it's worth 126 raw, meaning no grade. It's just a standard card. If I were to send this card in for grading purposes, and it got graded a PSA 10, meaning the highest grade of quality, there's no damage to the card, there's no physical problems, it's centered well, and if they gave it a PSA 10, the card would be worth $718. So it would go from 126 to 718 simply because I sent it in to get graded. Well, how much does it cost to get graded? It depends on the speed. If you pay for expedited, it's probably around $100. If you go slow boat, it's probably like $25 to $50. So you pay $100, but then your card increases in value by around $600. So the grading system could actually potentially make stuff blow up in value. Okay, just being honest here. I'm trying to see other recommended cards that they're recommending I send in for grading. And see... Apparently, if I send this guy in for grading, it won't even triple his value. Like, it would probably still be around $600. So they're all various different levels. Yeah. I would have to see which ones I would want to send in for grading if I did. I'd have to determine, what would make sense. And the other problem is, it takes forever. Like, right now, even if you send it in with the most expedited grading process, it still takes months. So you lose your cards for months. You got to hope that they get taken care of, that they don't get damaged or lost in transit. You know what I mean? There's a lot of factors involved. So, Sporterman did another $5 super chat. He says, why are store clerks cutting the plastic to stop reselling as if they have control of the product after it's purchased? I don't understand the legality. Well, quite frankly, I just don't think that the industry was designed for resellers. I think that when the company is making these cards, right, they're intending for either collectors or people actually playing the game. That's who the cards are for. Like a hobbyist like me, who's just collecting for their personal collection, having fun opening the cards and enjoying with an audience, that's one audience. And the other audience are the people who actually play the game. That's the two audiences they're trying to sell for. I don't think when they're designing this product, they're just intending that it goes out to be resold, and that the reseller's market is the primary market for the cards. And so they're upset about that because the availability of the cards is not what it should be. Right now, why do you think Pokemon vending machines exist? Because the intention was anyone who just wanted to go get Pokemon cards should be able to go buy them from a vending machine and play with them immediately. And the sad fact is that's not available. Vending machines are empty nationwide. I have 3 different Pokemon vending machines in my area. They're all always empty or out of service. I was just at the mall, endlessly down for maintenance because they don't even bother stocking it because they know if they do, there'll be fights in the mall over the cards. The one at my local grocery store, I've never seen a single card in. It's just empty endlessly. So, you see, they designed the cards for players and collectors, and the players and collectors can't get them because the scalpers are buying them all up. So, let's say, for example, Target, because I think that's the store that's doing this now. Target has made a policy that when they stock Pokemon cards, they are actually going to take a box cutter, okay? And they are going to open the plastic seal. They're not going to damage the product. They're not going to cut through the cardboard. They're not going to damage the cards. All they're doing is they're breaking the seal. Why are they doing that? Because resellers can't sell broken product, because then if they do, no one trusts that it's real. People will say, I'm not going to buy a broken open box because it could be fake packs inside, right? For example, as you can see, I bought this completely sealed all around, still has the Pokeball symbols on it. It's legit. It's real. If this said, oh, we're selling it only without the plastic wrap, I would never buy it. Well, I would never buy a box without the plastic, because that means they could have swapped the packs out and put in packs that they know have no value, because they already pulled packs that had the good cards in it and just built a box of dupes. You see? Because in reality, any actual real box of Pokemon cards is guaranteed a certain amount of hits. I think the least you can get is 4, but you're always supposed to get at least 4, and some of those being good hits. But you could get scammed, where someone takes the hits out, puts in all dupes, and now you get all low-end cards and no hits, so your value's been stolen from you in the box. Do you see? So, what Target is doing is saying, we want to make these cards only for legit collectors and kids who are going to play the card game. That's it. So by slashing the label, a reseller can't buy that box and resell it, because no one will buy it if it's open, because it could be a scam. So they're screwing over the resellers, and only legit people would buy. Like right now, if I went to my local Target and they had a shipment of cards coming off and they're like, they slashed it, I would still buy it. I know it's real. It's right there in front of me. Of course it's real. It's not a scam. You know, Target's not scamming the customer. And by the way, for the record, Target has the right to do that because they own the product. If they bought it legally and it's their inventory, they could do it. They could throw it out if they want. That's their prerogative. They own it. They could slash it. They could do whatever. They could write all over it. You know, that's up to them. So there you go. Okay. Okay, so here we go. This podcast is dumb. So was the last one. Okay, so here's what you can do. You can both be permanently banned and don't come back, because no one cares about your opinion. If you're here, then don't watch. If you don't like it, don't watch it. But what are you here watching for if you don't like the content and what we talk about? Then get fucked. Okay. All right. Let's continue. So, Arthur Morgan's horse did a $5 super chat. Says, what about the long-awaited Stellar Blade playthrough? They have card sets now. They do. They have Stellar Blade cards. That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous if they have Stellar Blade cards. Thanks, Arthur, for $5. Let's see here. Ghost did a $5 super sticker. Thank you so much, Ghost, for a $5 super sticker. I appreciate that. Jade, how are you? For some reason, the animation didn't play. Let's do it again, because it glitched out. Jade, 62 months as an Ultra supporter. Says he's not going to be here for Assassin's Creed. He'll be back for Tokon later in the week. Sounds good. I actually can't wait to play more of the story of Tokon, which will be continuing on Tuesday. So I hope you'll come back, everyone, on Tuesday's day stream if you want to see some of the story of Tokon, okay? All right, someone tipped me $5 and they want to remain anonymous. But they're also having me look into them being banned. I have no idea who they are or why they would be banned. They are banned. I unbanned them. So if you just tip me $5, I unbanned you. But don't worry, I didn't say anything about who you are, so you're good. Let's do a $5 animation. This is an anonymous animation. Thank you for the $5. That's our biggest tip of the day now. Okay. All right, we're at $66 of support. That's good early support, everybody. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. Would I ever play Huni Pop, a card collecting game with RPG elements? I've heard of it, but I don't know anything about it. The name is very familiar, but I've never looked into it. Yeah, Layla. Layla says, I ended up buying Pokemon ZA, Pokemon Legends ZA DLC. I should have listened to you. It's just grinding. It is. It's so much grinding. There is story in there. Don't get me wrong. There's story in there, and the story can be interesting, but they make you grind so much to get to the story. It's not worth it, in my opinion. It's really frustrating, trying to get through that story. All right. So, Jade says, can we do the X-Men team? Sure, why not? Why don't we use the X-Men on Tuesday? That sounds like a plan. That sounds interesting, because I haven't used Storm at all. Okay, so here's the deal, everybody. Let's summarize everything we talked about in the first 90 minutes of the Level 1 podcast. I'm back. It's a 6-day streaming week for me. I'm very excited for the 6-day streaming week. It's going to be a good variety of continuing on with all the playthroughs we're doing, the story of Marvel Tokon, and possibly maybe later in the week, maybe even some Super Mario Sunshine if people desire it. We'll see how that goes. No online Marvel Tokon because it doesn't work on PC. And I'm not rebuying the game a second time because they don't deserve to be paid twice. You can't refund the game on PC, which is lame. So we're just going to play through story and offline elements for now, okay? If they ever fix the online play of Marvel Tokon, I would consider trying it online, but there's no point in doing that when it's busted. And it is. It's busted. Reportedly, it's completely busted, and it's not working, okay? So, schedule-wise, it's Assassin's Creed and Pokemon Brilliant Diamond today. Tomorrow, it's Dark Souls 2 continuing, and then Final Fantasy 6. Wednesday, Marvel Tokon continues, and probably, honestly, more Pokemon then, because I'm thinking maybe we can finish Pokemon Brilliant Diamond this week. We'll see, okay? And we'll play it by ear. As for DSP Tries It, sadly, probably not doing DSP Tries It this week, simply because the fact is, there is no real stuff to try. There's nothing new. Fast food is in a bad way right now. These businesses are just not trying anything new. It's lame. You want to do something new, and then you find out it's just they reorganize the exact same ingredients a million times over and over. Very stupid. So, yeah, I'm not going to be doing DSP Tries It unless someone suggests something truly interesting that maybe I wasn't aware of. All right, but as of now, I looked into everything, and nothing looks very good. Everything looks pretty crappy in fast food right now, so I'm probably just skipping it this week, okay? Which is fine. It's not a reward. It's not based on milestones. It's just for fun. Since we can't have fun because there's nothing new, we'll come back to DSP Tries It when there's something new to try. If you have a suggestion, if something new is coming out, please share and let me know. But outside of that, I'm just going to kind of hold off on DSP Tries It for now, okay? And as for cards, right now, we're opening Yu-Gi-Oh! Chaos Origins and Pokemon Surging Sparks. Dependent on how the week goes, if we get big surges of support, I might get more. Oh, that is the other thing I wanted to talk about. If you remember, back when we were talking about cards on Thursday morning's podcast, a big suggestion that I got was Dragon Ball, right? And we were looking it up, and I was actually looking at the availability of these Dragon Ball cards. So, Dragon Ball Super TCG, and it was called, it wasn't Fusion, it was called Masters, right? Yeah. So, I have no idea about these cards. Zero, okay? The Fusion are way more readily available than the Masters. For some reason. I think it's because the Fusion sets are just more common and more prominent. But the Masters, I'm finding too, I was gonna order it back on Thursday, and when I went to order it, it was sold out. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. But it looks like over the weekend that I wasn't here, they restocked, okay? So I'm not gonna go crazy and order it yet, but if we start going crazy, let's say, for example, we get tons of support, we start opening a bunch of cards again, that might be the next thing that I get, okay? We'll see, but that might be the very next thing that I get, would be, let's try some Dragon Ball cards, and if it is the Masters set that makes sense, then that's the one that I'll get. I don't know if you, again, that's what people recommended to me back on Thursday. So, I don't know. If you guys have other suggestions of other cards to try, I'm all ears. I'd be interested in trying other things as well. Whether it's, something I've never tried, going back and doing something we've already done, or a different version. I would love to know, okay? Okay. They are. Marky says, I'm pretty sure Fusion and Masters are two different TCGs. They are. I'm being told that Masters is the better one. That Fusion got out of control, got very confusing, and that now the Masters is the one that's more interesting, that people like more, versus Fusion. Man, I got a lot of messages coming in. First of all, Jessica, thank you for $10. I really appreciate the $10 super chat. They said, welcome back. Hope you had a great weekend. I sent you an email over the weekend. Let's have some fun. Thank you. I got a bunch of emails after Thursday. I did see yours. I just didn't respond, but I appreciate what you said and the sentiment, and I appreciate your support. Thank you for $10. It's good to see you. And Spoderman did a $2 super chat saying hello to Richard. Well, I don't know who Richard is. If you're speaking to Review Tech, is he watching me? I wouldn't be shocked if he is. It's, you know. But thank you for $2 there. Okay. Nobody says, why not try different kinds of Campbell's canned soups? Because I don't think that would be very interesting. That's why. Let's see here. Did I try the new pub burger from Wendy's? This is exactly the point I'm making, all right? Give me 1 second. I'm going to find it because I know I've already done it. Watch this. There it is. Yep. Okay. Ready? Wendy's currently has a new pub pretzel sandwich. Or do they? Because they don't. Wendy's already did that sandwich twice. First, 13 years ago. There it is. That's back in Connecticut, me reviewing it. 13 years ago. And then they did it again 6 years ago. And I sat right here and ate it then too. So I've already reviewed their pub sandwiches, their pub pretzel sandwiches, twice. They brought it back a third time, acting like it's a new item. It's not. These places keep doing this. Here it is. Look, they keep doing this over and over. They keep acting like these are new items when they've already had them. You see? Why on earth would I want to try the same thing I tried 13 years ago and 6 years ago a third time? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's lame and pathetic that they just keep releasing the same content over and over. And then they're like, oh, you know, here it is. It's new. No, it's not. I already did it. I distinctly remember. The bun is chewy. It's like a chewy consistency. And it's a little bit salty, but it's good. It has a special pub like sauce on it that tastes pretty cheesy. I think they put a slice of like Gouda or Gruyere or something on top, and that's pretty good. Like no lie, the burger's pretty good. But I had it twice. Why would I do it again? Okay. Let's see here. Oh, thank you to... Who was that? There was a resub? Mandy Banana had resubbed for 2 months over on Kick. The funny part is I think it might have auto-resubbed at some point, but I never celebrated Mandy Banana resubbing, so I'm going to count that. Why wouldn't I? Maybe Mandy Banana auto-resubbed when I wasn't here. So thank you, Mandy Banana, for continuously supporting me on Kick. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Merc Sam, no, I'm not going to cook in my office on an electronic camping stove. That's insane. Absolutely not. Marky says, oh, so now Wendy's is a gotcha game with returning banners. Yeah, exactly. Every time that they run out of ideas, they say, what's an idea from the past that that worked, but we decided not to keep? Let's just bring it back again. And they do. So it was 13 years ago, then like 8 years ago, and now, no, or 6 years ago, and now again. They just, every 6-7 years, they bring back the pub bacon sandwiches. And they're exactly the same. They never change them. They're identical. Darkside Christmas says, what about McDonald's new Caesar sauce? I mean, you just said it. It's Caesar sauce. It's exactly the same products they normally have. They're just putting Caesar on it. Again, if they would do real new products, I would try them. They're not doing real new products. Just because they have a new sauce, what am I going to review? Okay, the sauce tastes like Caesar. Or it's a little watery. Okay? It sucks. I want true new products, right? If McDonald's was doing an actual new product, like the deluxe chicken Caesar sandwich, and it had, I don't know, a special bun, romaine lettuce, actual pieces of Parmesan cheese, croutons on it, right? And then the Caesar sauce with the chicken, I'd be like, cool. But they're not. It's literally, oh, it's our regular chicken sandwich, but we're putting Caesar sauce on it instead. And I'm supposed to review that? Like, the only difference is the stupid sauce. This is the difference of how DSP tries it used to be versus now. There's just nothing to review anymore. Should I go to Little Caesars and review their Webberoni pizza, where they take regular pepperonis and they cut it into tiny, thin strips, and it's exactly the same pizza otherwise? It's the same fucking taste. Why would it be any different? It's the same pepperoni. You just cut it up. That's not a new offering. It's just lame that this is what they're doing. They don't have any ingenuity anymore. They don't actually try any new products. They just reformulate exactly the same thing. It's going to be the same product, you know? It sucks. It really does suck. That's a genuine series. DSP tries it. I loved doing. When there was a lot of variety of stuff to try, it was like endless. I was like, wow, this could be an endless series. We could do it once a week in perpetuity, because how would it ever end when there's always something new? There's never anything new anymore. It's all the same shit. I can't believe that fast food completely degraded in the last 10 to 15 years, that there's nothing worth trying. Who do I think has better food overall, McDonald's or Burger King? It's a tough question. Personally, I don't think Burger King has had good chicken in a long time. Even their regular, like, original chicken sandwich, I don't like the plain version. Recently, I just had the one that was like the BLT version. I thought that was pretty good. But standard chicken at Burger King is not very good. I like the Whopper. I will eat the Whopper. I think it's consistently good. Okay? In that regard. I also like onion rings. Even though they're not high quality, I like the flavor of the onion rings at Burger King. Okay? At McDonald's, there's actually a few burgers I like. I like the Quarter Pounder. And I do every once in a while enjoy a single cheeseburger as like a craveable thing. Okay? McDonald's sometimes has good chicken and sometimes does not. And the reason I say that, they change it all the time. Like, they don't consistently keep anything at all into their rotation for chicken. They're constantly, like 2-3 times a year, they'll have different chicken. So you never know if it's any good. And then if you like it, they get rid of it. So it's frustrating because you like their products and then they change them on you anyway. You're like, what the hell what did they do that for? So if I had to choose between the Quarter Pounder and the single cheeseburger at McDonald's versus the Whopper and the onion rings at Burger King, I would choose Burger King. So there's my answer. I would choose Burger King. Yep. What's up, Hummel the Pummel? How are you? Voided Punk Goth Girl, we have tried local restaurants. And in fact, there's been quite a few different local things that I've done taste tests on that I've enjoyed. But the problem is that truly original, interesting ones have already been done. I've already done Katsu Burger twice. There's only so many times I could go there before I'm just redoing the same stuff. You know what I'm saying? I've done Shake and Go, which is a local burger place that's really good, but I've already done them. So it's like, what else am I going to do? I've already done a lot of the good local things. We've had teriyaki and bento boxes. We've had sushi. We've had the Hawaiian barbecue that I have nearby. All these are local things. We've kind of done everything. I've tried Indian fusion pizza. It was called Pizza with a Twist. It was weird and disgusting. I would not go back. What's up, Carly Snail? How are you? Would I ever eat a sandwich that was dropped on the ground? Depends on what ground. It depends on if I dropped it and I know how long it's been there. Like if I bought a burger and I was about to eat it, I just dropped it right on the ground and I look and it's not filthy or anything, I'd probably just brush it off and eat it. But if I was walking along and I see a burger sitting on the ground, no, I'm not going to pick it up and eat it. It's disgusting. I have tried In-N-Out Dark Side, Chris. Sadly, we don't have it in Washington State. It's something that people want in Washington State, and I think there actually is one moving in, but not near me. But no, we don't have it here. The one time I tried it, it was way overrated. I had it in like 2012, and I just did not impressed at all. Why don't we do something like crab legs instead of fast food? Because crab legs need to be eaten at the restaurant. Like, let's say, for example, one day I decide with my wife, and we plan, we're going to go to a nice seafood restaurant nearby. And I decide to do something crazy deluxe, some crab, lobster, something really expensive. And I tell them, I go and I say, hey, I'm a YouTuber and I actually want to do a video review of this meal. Is it cool if I do it? Because I would tell the staff and see, hey, is there maybe somewhere you could put me in a corner away from other people so I don't disturb them with my filming and with my commentary and what I'm about to do? And then I would actually do this in-person review with my camera, microphone, my selfie stick, you know, eating, reviewing the flavors and everything. And then I would come home and I would edit it. And it would be an edited review. Okay? I'm not going to order super expensive crab legs to be delivered to my home, and they're going to be cold and rubbery, and then I try to eat crab legs here on my gaming and streaming setup. I don't think that would work very effectively. Okay? There is a food that I haven't really, like, for example, I've never reviewed a ramen. Why? Ramen is meant to be eaten immediately when it is delivered to you, and it's meant to be eaten piping hot. It's supposed to be very hot. If you get it delivered, you're already doing it wrong and you're reviewing it poorly because it's already lost the heat it's supposed to have, the temperature it's supposed to have, so you're not fairly reviewing it, right? So that's another one. Maybe a ramen restaurant. Go there and review it in person. But to do that, you have to plan and you have to confirm it's okay. You can't just go into a restaurant and without permission film a review. That's actually very unprofessional because some restaurants maybe just don't want that. They don't want their customers being disturbed or whatever, right? And that's their prerogative. They own the business. They could tell you, no, we don't want you to do a review, and that's okay. You know, that's up to them. Yes, I did. Marky said, did you know in the 30s lobster was considered a poor person's food? They made fun of you in school for having lobster in your lunch. Yes, it was lobster and crab were considered low-end food for people who didn't have a lot of money. It was actually like red meat that was considered the higher end food at that time. But I think what happened is the tables turned. We overfished the waters so much that now getting the lobster and the crab and stuff is actually the rarer meat, and therefore it's way higher value, as opposed to us now having mass produced farms where we can just get red meat and chicken, no problem. Would I do a DSP tries it for candy from around the world? Yes. However, I tried that and it didn't work. Don't you remember I bought treat boxes from like Japan and other places? And I tried it and no one really cared. They weren't very successful. So I stopped doing it. So yeah, if anyone has any kind of suggestions for DSP tries it, okay, I'm open. I would love to get more suggestions of something that I could possibly do. Sadly, you know, at least the fast food stuff around here seems to have dried up to the point where I think we will skip this week. Again, this whole episode, people have tried to suggest and nothing's really worked. It's like, darn, you know, and I appreciate people suggesting things. It's not that I don't want to do the show. It's that there's nothing to really do. You know, what can you do? No, I have zero interest in a Mike Klum documentary about EDP. I don't care about EDP. I want to know nothing to know about that guy. I don't give two shits about a supposed pedophile. I don't want to hear his life story. I don't want to hear his sob story. I want nothing about him. I have zero interest. And neither, honestly, should any self-respecting adult who has a life. Why would you care about that guy? So why would you watch the documentary? Don't worry, the documentary will get millions of views. But, you know, giving attention to a pedophile, I don't know about that. No, I did not say I wanted to react to it. That's a blatant lie. Yes, I have. Layla says, did you ever do a versus series like BK chicken sandwich versus Wendy's chicken sandwich? Yeah, do you remember when I was first trying smash burgers? I did a triple taste test. I did Shake Shack versus Jack in the Box versus Sonic. We had 3 different smash burgers that I all compared and tried at once. That was pretty fun. The problem with that is I'd be willing to do that as a special event if there's a reason or a reason to hype it up. Let's say all of a sudden there was a big fad and everyone was doing the same thing. What if 3 or 4 places did pub burgers all at the same time with the pretzel buns? Then I'd be like, okay, let's do it, right? But honestly, the problem is the cost, okay? To get something delivered, not only are you paying for the item, but there's the markup, then you're paying the driver's tip, and you're paying for the delivery fee from the app. If you're doing that from 3 different businesses, you're basically paying $20 a burger 3 times. Just to order the smash burger right now from Sonic and get just the burger delivered would be $20. So I don't really feel like paying $60+ for a 3-burger meal, of which I'm only going to eat a few bites of each burger. It would be kind of wasteful. You know what I mean? I just don't think I want to do that, nor do I think that that would result in any content that's going to make tons of money. It won't. You know, the video I made of the triple smash burger, I don't even think it made 2,000 views, so it probably made me like $5, maybe 10. You know, so it's not worth it. Does Arby's have something new? I haven't looked at Arby's in a while. Because I was going to do Arby's. Arby's got a new summertime menu, right? And it was supposed to be the new chicken salad. Yeah, it was supposed to be a new chicken salad sandwich for the summertime and a new orange, like, creamsicle style shake. So I went to get it, sold out everywhere. I was like, what? It was just announced. Like, it just came out. The week it was announced, it's sold out everywhere. If you want to know the truth, I think a lot of places didn't stock it. I think what it was that this is what Arby's wanted to push, but I guess the franchise owners probably were like, it's too much of a chore to make this stuff. Like, particularly that chicken salad is probably like, they got to make the chicken, they got to chop it up, they got to make this salad with all these ingredients. They probably don't want to bother with it. Maybe they don't sell enough of it. So it just showed as endlessly sold out at all of my Arby's near me. I was like, what the hell? So you just can never buy it, huh? So that's why I didn't do the Arby's. But it looks like Arby's does have a cheesesteak. Yeah, they have an Angus cheesesteak. They also have chicken sliders. Yeah, so they have the Angus cheesesteak and chicken sliders, it looks like, are the new things at Arby's, possibly. I'm just curious, before I even consider it, is it actually available in my area, right? Let's see. Let's see. Okay, is it available? Yeah, it looks like this is a new Angus cheesesteak. Holy... So they have 2 versions of the new Angus cheesesteak. Are you ready? There's a standard and there's a half pounder. Okay? Guess how much the half pound Angus cheesesteak costs at Arby's? $22. Fast food, huh? Fast food prices. $22 for a sandwich at Arby's. By the way, the chicken salad sandwich is still sold out. And so is the orange cream shake. They've literally been sold out since the moment they were announced, and they still don't have them. I still can't order them. I could get the Angus cheesesteak, and I haven't done Arby's in a long time. So that would be a consideration, would be the Angus cheesesteak. I'd have to probably get something else too. I mean, $22 for real. Wait, hold on. Is that just the sandwich? Oh my God, that's just the sandwich. Do you see why I'm so turned off from doing DSP Tries It? Are they out of their minds? $22 for a cheesesteak. A fast food cheesesteak. Someone tipped $2 as LTG had an unhinged meltdown because another content creator said he isn't attractive. It went on for 45 minutes and he keeps going on about it days later. It doesn't seem like a very masculine reaction to someone criticizing your looks. You're right. If you're a normal guy, you don't care about your looks. Like right now, I know I'm an ugly, melty-faced, middle-aged dude, right? I'm losing my hair. My hairline is receding. My facial hair doesn't look great. I'm ugly. Why do I care? I'm good. I'm happy. I'm successful. Why do I give a shit about the fact that I'm ugly? It doesn't affect me. I could be ugly as shit. I'm still good, right? That guy, his whole shtick, his whole fucking shtick is that he's good looking. He believes he's attractive. He's not, but he believes he's attractive. He fakes so much. He has filters on his face on his stream. He's got fake hair that you can see moving. You can see it's one piece moving around on his head, glued to his head. He's a complete phony. So for him, and his facade falls away, he has nothing. Because everything about him is fake. His subs are fake. His views are faked. You know, everything is fake. So for him, he's got nothing at all but his looks. So that's his final bastion of success. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, if someone at all says that he's not attractive, he's going to lose his cool. You could call me ugly as much as you want. Why do I give a shit? I'm good. I'm happy. I got a million positive things going on in my life. Being ugly is not a detriment to my existence, you know? But for him, if he has no looks, he's got nothing. So, oh well. Thanks for the $2. Where are we at? I didn't even take a look. We're at $85 to support, guys. We're only 15 away from hitting that first dang milestone. Let's go. Let's hit that first milestone right now, shall we? Let's go. Let's hit that milestone. Let's lock in and say we got our first pack of cards to open today on DSP Pack Rips. And then we only have another 50 to go during the gameplay, and we can do the show at the end of the stream. Let's do it. Let's go. Someone sent me a list of stuff. Look at this. McDonald's has honey brown butter bacon egg and cheese biscuit. I'm not getting breakfast at McDonald's for DSP Tries It. Taco Bell pineapple freeze and pepper jack steak nacho fries. No. Wendy's Apple Crumble Frosty Fusion and Pretzel Bacon Pub Cheeseburger. Again, we already did the burger. And, you know, the Frosty isn't enough to go there. Shake Shack West Coast Loaded Fries. Just fries is not enough to do it. Del Taco All-American Burger Taco. We don't have Del Taco here. Jack in the Box Potato Wedges. We just did Jack in the Box for the record. Jimmy John's. We don't actually have a Jimmy John's here anymore. Sonic 99-cent corn dogs. Only on Thursdays. That's not a DSP Tries It. Arby's Buffalo Chicken Sandwich. So Arby's, all it is they're doing a slider with buffalo sauce. I would go there for the cheesesteak over that. So I would say Arby's is a consideration. Dairy Queen's Caramel Apple Cheesecake Blizzard. I'm not going to review a ice cream blizzard like that. It's not a meal. Starbucks Orange Cream Beverages. Again, I don't just do drink reviews like that. Carl's Jr. Spicy Chicken Max and Triple Berry Beverages. Carl's Jr. We tried it once, went out of business. We did one Carl's Jr. review and I liked it. I said, oh man, let's order again. And when I went to order, they're out of business. I'm serious. I can't order from Carl's Jr. anymore. We could only do it once. Sucks because I would have ordered again because I actually liked the food. Nothing. The closest Carl's Jr. is 20 miles away. 20 miles away. Holy crap. Damn. Okay, I do have an idea, actually. I'll tell you the idea in a minute. Pizza Hut Triple Cheese Mac and S'more Sticks. No. Popeyes Cheese Bites and Blueberry Lemon. No, again, that's not cheese bites and a drink. That's not the main, that's not a meal. You see, I'm trying to review meal foods. That's just sides and stuff. Habit Burger, Jet Tila's Korean Street Menu. I legitimately wish I could order from Habit Burger. I did twice, and both times I ordered, the food was terrible. It was legitimately awful. One time the food was wrong, and the other time the food was bad. So what that tells me is my local Habit Burger doesn't care about to-go orders. I have eaten in person at Habit Burger, and it was actually quite good. But sadly, delivery has been atrociously bad. So I would never waste money on there again. Twice burned, I know that they're not going to be good. And then Applebee's late night half price apps. We looked at Applebee's before. The menu looked atrociously bad. So it's a maybe. Maybe eventually we would try Applebee's. But I have an idea. Something here that we've never done, that I haven't had in many, many, many years. And I have no clue if this would be any good. I'm curious if it would. Are you ready? Ready for this? What about Nathan's? Hot dogs, burgers, sandwiches. I haven't done that for DSP Tries It. Ever. Have I? I don't think I ever have. Let's find out. No. I have never, ever done Nathan's for DSP Tries It. Yeah. So maybe we could do that. That might work. And that actually is only about, just about 4 miles away from me, it looks like. They have different kinds of hot dogs, like a chili cheese dog, a bacon cheese dog, barbecue bacon Tribeca burger, Manhattan cheeseburger, beer batter onion rings, sauerkraut dog. They actually have a Philly cheesesteak, chicken tenders, grilled chicken club. They have different things. Hell's Kitchen Burger? I could actually do this multiple times with different things. All right, I'm gonna put that down as a possibility. I think Nathan's or Arby's. I'm gonna put these down as possibilities, okay? And I have multiple shout outs to do from contributions. Thank you guys. I'll shut those out in a second. I appreciate that. Okay, so. Okay. All right. Okay, I have tons of shout outs to do. Holy crap. Hanslander did a $2 Canadian super chat. Favorite type of food, for example, Italian, Mexican, etc. I mean, dude, I grew up Italian. I grew up in a neighborhood that had multiple authentic Italian restaurants, including a pizzeria, including a place that did really good pasta and proteins. So it's always going to be Italian for me. And then he did the same super chat again. Who's the fake looks maxer? Huh? The fake looks maxer? I mean, like I said, if you're talking about LTG, I don't know. DSP Glazer, thanks for $2. Nathan's is Denny's. Don't do it. Oh, wait. Are they? Wait a minute. Are you for real? No way. Nathan's is Denny's? You're kidding. It may be a ghost kitchen. It is. Wow. It's a Denny's, and the Denny's operates multiple ghost kitchens out of their location. Listen to this. Wow. I'm so glad he just told me. Listen to this shit. Denny's, Nathan's, the Meltdown Melt Sandwiches, and the Burger Den are all the same Denny's. And all they do is they get the online order and they make it say it's something it's not. So they must have bags that say Nathan's, but they're making the hot dogs at Denny's. That's ridiculous. How disingenuous is that? So, I mean, I might as well just order from Denny's. Persian joints, no. Turkish joints, no. Indian, we've had. We've had Indian multiple times. We don't have that other stuff, though, sadly. Yeah, Layla says Mr. Beast Burgers like that. They were making them out of friendlies. Yeah, Mr. Beast Burger was the worst because they were literally all ghost kitchens, but none were consistent because they were all different businesses. So the business would sign on a contract to make the burgers, but they would all make them completely different. So the consistency was off. Like, no matter where you got a Beast Burger, they were different. Nothing here says, with fast food quality decreasing, how about ordering fast food you've had before that you liked and see if the quality is decreased? Maybe a favorite fast food item from your childhood. Well, okay. So instead of doing something new, this is an interesting concept. Instead of doing something new, I could do, like, for example, I could order from McDonald's and say, well, what are the things that I've eaten at McDonald's over the years that I've liked and didn't like? I've always liked their quarter pounder with cheese. The Big Mac has been iffy. The chicken nuggets have been iffy. You know, maybe order 4 items and do, hey, are these good today or are they terrible today? And review them each at their own merits and let you know what I think, right? Get Taco Bell, get the chicken quesadilla, get the chalupa that I used to get, the chalupa supreme I used to really like. You know, get like 4 items and say, these aren't new, but in the modern day, what's the price on these? And what's the flavor? You know, is it any good? Okay, that could be a different twist on DSP Tries It, where it's actually a different concept. Yeah, that could work. That's an interesting concept. Huh. I might like that concept. Okay. Martin Short busted another $5 super chat. Do you ever do ranking lists? like getting all the popular chips in the chip aisle and eating a few of each. We used to do tier makers, but it wasn't like with live taste test. It was just, oh, we just do a tier maker. Once we did a tier maker of fast food restaurants in the United States, it actually did pretty good. But that was many years ago. But we never done it including the actual tastings. You know what I mean? Guys, we're now at $94 of early support. Thank you so much. I hope you've enjoyed hanging out. We're actually going to start with gameplay soon because I want to at least get 2 hours of gameplay in today of Assassin's Creed Black Flag. So we will begin shortly. I've never heard of a Sansonia's Italian, Darkside Chris. We've tried Mediterranean food. I've had it before. There's other places we could go that aren't the same one that I had before, though. All right, how about... I'm liking this idea of going to common places and just picking things off the menu that I want to try and see if they're any good, regardless of if they're new, just to compare to what I remember or if they're any good. Like, for example, I used to love the Wendy's Frosty. I know for a fact it's terrible now. I know, I've tried it. It's like, wow, that's atrocious. That's nothing like it used to be. And I could explain the difference of what it used to be. I know they sell something they call the Big Bacon Classic at Wendy's. It's nothing like the old Big Bacon Classic. But is it still good? I think I got... This is actually an ingenious idea. Yeah, okay. Cool. All right, how about this? How about... Let's take a week off this week. Just because we've been doing it consistently every week. Like, if you take a look, I've been doing it weekly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like 7 weeks in a row I did it. So let's take a break this week. Okay? And then if nothing actually new happens between now and next week, okay? That is what I will do. We will do returning to classic restaurants that you know and love, Wendy's, Taco Bell, Burger King, you know, things we've done, and trying the things that I either used to like or I know what they used to be like, and seeing if they're any good in the modern day. I like this idea a lot, actually, because there's no pressure to have to review something new, and maybe I could potentially get something good that I know I like, but also I'll be shocked if it's still good or if it's not good. What do you guys think of that idea? Okay. Okay, cool. Thank you for the help. And you know what? For the hell of it, we could still try Nathan's. Like, we could order from the Denny's Ghost Kitchen and see if it's any good. If it's terrible, we could be like, this sucks shit. Don't order from this bullshit Ghost Kitchen, right? Interesting. All right. This is excellent. So I think we will. Let's skip this week. Next week, let's figure out what we want to do, but we have a new, fresh idea. So even if current fast food sucks, we can still compare and try different things. I like that. All right. All right. So, folks, I hope that you've enjoyed today's show. I have. I've enjoyed chilling with you. Hanslander just did another super chat. Do you have a favorite Italian pasta dish? Ooh. That's a tough question, too. There's a lot of good Italian pastas. You know? I do, for the record, I prefer red sauce because I know that there's a lot of different cream sauces and you know, vodka sauce. I prefer a traditional red sauce. But as for pasta, like, I like spaghetti. I like linguine. I like, you know, rigatoni. I like penne. I like rotini. I like ravioli filled with something. You know, just cheese, ricotta cheese, or maybe you get like lobster ravioli or something like that. You know. I like a lot of different tortellini. I actually really like tortellini. So, anyway. All right. Guys, let's end the show. It's been 2 hours. Wow, it's been almost 2.5 hours. Let's end the show. Let's get set up and get started for gameplay. Because like I said, I want to get at least 2 hours of Assassin's Creed. Thank you so much for the early support. Let's keep it going so we can open some Yu-Gi-Oh cards today and see what they're all about. And thank you for a great start to the week. Okay? So, quick reminder, everybody. This is a normal 6-day streaming week. I'm here today through Friday. It will be a good variety of content, including many different games, the possibility of a new one. We'll see. We'll see how things go. The podcast will likely return this coming Friday, And if there's a reason to have it in the middle of the week, we'll do it then as well. But you're going to see some DSP morning shows in its stead. Thank you for a great return show. I had a great time. I'll see you all week long. And I'll see you for sure on the Level 1 podcast returning this coming Friday. Peace out, everyone. I'll see you then. Bye-bye. Okay, so here's the deal. I'm going to start playing games very soon, in fact. However, number one, I want to... what am I doing? I'm not even facing the right camera. Number one, I want to go grab my iced coffee for the afternoon. And number two, I want to use the restroom quickly. So if you guys could give me like 5 minutes just to go grab my coffee and use the restroom, we'll play for an hour. Then I'll probably go on a real break, because this won't be a real break. This will be a very quick one. But then we'll go for like a real break, and then we'll come back, play for like another hour. And hopefully at the end, we'll have some DSP pack rips, okay? Give me a sec. Let me get my monitor in the right place. Okay.